I haven't even heard this. This is Gary talking about gadgets on the Geraldo show. I just, he's a whole expert now. He's worked this whole gadget thing into expertise.
I like it.
Someone told me in the email, Gary doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Well, you're always going to get criticism if you have an opinion.
Let's see. This one says, hold on, I'll find it. It's about Gary. Gary is an idiot. It is 3G, not G3. I guess yesterday he called it 3G.
Yes.
I mean, he called it G3. So much for him being a tech whiz. And if the iPad goes from 16 gigabytes to 64 gigabytes, not 32 to 64 like he said. So evidently Gary had it all wrong. According to this guy.
Like people say about me, who the fuck is he?
Right. Hey, Gary, what's the best gadget to play solitaire on?
A computer.
A computer.
The iPad.
This is this is what I've always maintained. Years ago I said Michael Jackson decided he was the king of pop, and he started calling himself the king of pop. And at first it sounded ridiculous, and then he became the king of pop.
Right.
The Rolling Stones called themselves the world's greatest rock and roll band. I said I'll call myself king of all media, and sure enough, I have become king of all media.
Right.
You read articles now. It's Howard Stern, king of all media. And like Gary somehow decided he's a gadget expert.
Okay. And people are buying in.
People would buy more if you would shut up. They would buy into it so much more.
I know. If you will present yourself, don't worry, they'll buy into it anyway. If you will present yourself as an expert, you become an expert.
Right. Doesn't matter what you know.
No,
but it's true.
Most experts don't know anything. I got to tell you something.
Well, I look at these sports shows,
yeah,
and they are the worst. They're worse predictors than weathermen.
Right, like bookies are better at it.
Yeah, they're telling you why these teams should win, and at the end of the show, they always have to sit there and eat their humble pie because they're wrong.
Well, it's even like when you watch these shows, like the Regis show or the Today show. And people are experts, quote unquote experts. And you find out they really don't know a thing.
And you accept them because Regis said.
But that's it. If Regis says you're an expert, you're immediately an expert.
That's
you
right.
assume that Regis did some research.
And Geraldo
like even this like Nate Barkus. I see he's going to get his own show.
Yeah.
He's a decorator. Now, let me tell you.
Who says he's even a good decorator?
He's not. He's horrible. But this Nate, he is a decorator.
Yeah.
You call yourself. Do you know how many people call themselves a decorator? They have no taste. I guarantee you could decorate your home better than
every woman in the suburbs is a decorator.
Right. And they start a business. So if you say you're an expert, and then you get onto CW11 and Geraldo, you were an expert. And what was that big medallion you wore around your neck during the Geraldo?
He was wearing a medallion?
Yeah.
It's a 45 spindle.
What's that?
It's a necklace. You know the things that are on 45s?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's
Why are you wearing that?
Because I like it.
It's when he's Gadget Gary.
And he leaves it open, the collar open so you can see it.
Well, why would I wear it if you can't see it, Robin?
Well,
I thought it was.
You're not wearing it now?
I'm not wearing it now.
Time?
I thought it was a swastika.
I did. It looks kind of weird, like some kind of devil symbol.
I mean, I'm looking at it here. Isn't that
He's
Hitler?
a devil worshiper.
And, that's the thing you put on a 45?
Right, the inside thing to make it spin.
Wow. When you love records so much, you like that.
I do.
Yeah. You identify with records, the record business?
I think I do. I like it. I see records and it makes me happy. Like a retard.
You still have records?
I will tell you, I have about 2,500 pieces of vinyl, probably about 250 45s.
Wow.
Yeah, I still have
Why?
records.
Do you play them?
Actually, now I set them up so there's a...
Jukebox?
Well, I have a jukebox.
Yeah.
But also up in the attic where Lucas's drum set, guitars, and everything are. There's all the records. So I have a turntable up there. He pulls them out and he just plays stuff.
But why not just put it on the iPod or on your system?
He seems to like the idea of playing with vinyl.
He does.
And I have a bunch of stuff. I can't throw them out because there's stuff that isn't on CD yet. Believe it or not, there's still a few things left. But I don't know. I just like having them.
Why do I want tech advice from a guy who still listens to 45?
He's still got records.
Because I bought it, Howard. I have up there an 8-track player, a cassette player, a CD player, just sort of everything.
See. Ralph, go ahead.
This is the greatest thing. Thank you for waiting till 9 o'clock till when I got up.
Right.
Gary knows nothing about this stuff.
But Ralph, it's really funny because I listen to Geek Time. Hold on a second. I listen to Geek Time, and you don't know anything about what you talk about. You're just some. Hold on, Ralph. You're just some idiot who would never get a show if it wasn't for Howard. Whereas I'm a guy who would never get a show if it wasn't for Howard.
Part where he says that the iPad is a stumble. The thing's not even out yet.
Yeah, but I think it took a lot of criticism.
All right, hold on. Let me hear this.
But see, Ralph is what I call an Apple sycophant. But what are you doing? You watch what's available. Ralph, Ralph is what I call an Apple sycophant. They can do no wrong. No matter what they put out, he's going to love it. I'm going to say I think it was a bit of a stumble for them because there was a lot of people who wrote stuff that they didn't like it.
Yeah, I love the G3 on it too. That's awesome.
I said 3G on this show this show here yesterday.
So it depends on what show you're on, whether you're right.
Oh, fuck you! That shit show here should be canceled. I mean, really.
All right.
Really, who is he?
Seriously, Gary, you sit there and you say, I don't understand why anybody would want one of these things. Cause
I didn't say that. But see, Ralph, that's not what I... Hold on, Ralph. I didn't say I don't understand.
Can I finish? You sit there and go, I don't know why somebody would want to have one of these things. It's just like a big iPhone. Then you go on to explain how... You explain on the little iPhone how you can't see a movie, so this thing would be perfect for you.
I said, I don't know exactly who this is for. If I own this, why am I going to buy another device?
But then you just answered your question.
Well, they cut out the part where I said it's $800. Right. So now I have to spend another $800 and another $30 a month.
It's $500.
It depends on which one you get, Ralph. And if you get the one that you want with all the memory on it, so you can put all your movies on it, and if you get the one where you have on the 3G network, and you get the most that you're going to get every month, it's going to cost you $30 a month. And it's going to cost you $799 to buy. So while it does seem interesting to me, if I get all that on the iPhone or the iTouch, I'm not sure that I'm going to spend that money. And that's a valid point.
But don't you want a bigger screen to watch movies, to do your email, and to view your pictures? Like you have the option of a bigger screen.
Yeah, but then I get to the point where if I'm bringing I have my laptop, which can do all those.
Or maybe
things. You
want a £1.50 laptop.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a slam dunk. It's interesting, but I don't know that everyone has to have it, and that's where I thought Apple ran into trouble. They made it sound like it was going to be the next thing that everyone have to have.
They didn't say anything. Everybody else was conjecturing.
Oh my God, Ralph! They held on to it like it was the fucking Shroud of Turin. It was a huge secret. They won't let anybody know. And they held a giant press conference to unveil it.
They're secretive about everything.
But I'm saying they're secretive about it because they think it's super important.
Every show he goes on, he trots out this stupid ebook reader that's like nobody's interested in but him.
Twice. Right, see, again, Ralph just makes shit up because he needs to make himself feel better about how shitty his show is.
But if you're Gadget Gary, how come you gave your BlackBerry to Jim McClure to set up for you? You should know how to do that.
Well, there's parts. Listen, even the part of setting up can be very difficult.
It's difficult.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God. Listen, everybody...
I just like pressing buttons.
Yeah. Well, all right. Listen.
Ralph, he can produce nothing, but he can tear down everything.
Do you think Ralph is jealous of you in a way?
Totally.
Because you're on Geraldo.
Oh, my God. Ralph wishes that somebody would recognize his website and what he does and take it to the next level. And God bless you. Go out and do it, Ralph. Get somebody to notice.
And your Gadget Gary thing is catching on. Whether we like it or not, you are becoming Gadget Gary, and people are turning to you.
Right. And
National show, Fox News, Geraldo.
And you point out something that's a very good lesson for people to learn here, and this is what I'm trying to point out, too, is that people, just because you see them on TV doesn't mean they know anything.
Well, but if you're on...
Gary knew something.
If you're on satellite radio and you're the Geek Time guy, what do you know?
I know a lot.
No, but I'm just saying...
I know that you know nothing about gadgets, man.
That's not true. It's just not true. Ralph thinks he knows everything about everything, but he only knows... Ralph only knows about what he wants to know.
You're just regurgitating what John Hine told you that he thought it was a stumble.
It's so not true.
Oh, please.
Dude, go look on any website around everywhere. There's people who like it and people who didn't like it. That's just everyone.
When does it go on sale?
I'll make one.
I think one goes on sale in March and one goes on sale in April. The 3G one is April, and the Wi-Fi one is March.
When does the G3 one go on sale?
Oh my God! I got one thing wrong. You're such a douche.
You only said it 5 times yesterday.
I was nervous. Hey, whatever. Fuck you. I mean, really, really, fuck you. Again, Ralph has never produced anything in his life of any substance.
Yes,
the best thing about Ralph is that you put him on to tear people down. Because Ralph has nothing. He has nothing to show for a lifetime. Ralph, what is the most important thing you've done in your entire life?
That's a good question. That's a valid question, Ralph. What's the most important thing you've done in your life?
This phone call right now.
No, but really, what have you produced? What can you look back on for your resume and say? Answer the question.
I thought you looked good on the show, actually, except for that dumb necklace.
Thank you.
You lost weight. You looked good.
Thank you. What can you say, like when you go, I look back on my life and I look back on my resume, and here's my crowning achievement.
Regrets, I've had a few.
But what is it?
Working on the Howard Stern show.
Do you still work on the show?
I do.
No, you work for Howard. The show got rid of you.
No, he works at Howard TV.
I work for Sirius. I work for Howard TV.
Now, what do you do for Sirius?
I work on a show called Geek Time every Saturday, 2 to 4.
All right. Well, there you go.
Very popular show.
That's his accomplishment.
You wanted to be on it, Gary.
You're trying to get on Geek
I
Time?
didn't. I said.
That's what
hold on. I said I was wondering why Ralph did never consider me. I knew the answer, but I wanted Ralph. I thought Ralph would give
Ralph,
me,
you wouldn't hire him to be a
Ralph
geek?
gave the fake answer.
I only have experts on the show like Callie Lewis.
Here's the deal. He gave the fake answer instead of the real answer.
Right.
The fake answer was, oh, I didn't really think of you, but the real answer is he doesn't think I know anything and doesn't respect me.
Right.
You want to bring on the ebook reader this week?
Hey, they asked for it. They specifically asked for that one.
He's a little jealous. You could.
He's a lot jealous.
All right. Thank you, Ralph.
I am.
All right.
I want to go on Geraldo, too.
Ralph, do you think you're more of an expert on gadgets than Gary?
Absolutely.
He's certainly an expert on toys.
I think you are, Howard.
If you want to get into the toy realm, Ralph will beat you.
Will you ever consider being booked on a show as Gadget Ralph?
No.
You won't do it?
No.
Why?
Not with that name, no.
If I can get you booked on a show as Gadget Ralph to compete with Gadget Gary, you won't do it?
No, of course I would. Why not?
All right, okay. All right. So are you throwing your hat into the ring as Gadget Ralph?
Maybe I'm going to go on the Today Show with Hoda and Kathy Lee.
But Ralph's not even.
Are you
he's
an
not even.
expert on any other gadgets besides Apple gadgets?
He's an expert on everything.
Oh yeah, Gary. Now Gary's talking sense.
All right. Thank you, Ralph.
He's not even a gadget guy. It's one aspect of what he likes on the Geek Show. He's not a gadget expert.
Are you?
I think I know more than you. I think I
take a test. I bet I know more than you.
We'll let's do a test that isn't about just shit.
Like
another.
Ask him a question, Gary.
iPad.
Ask him a question.
Let me ask Ralph a question. I'm trying to think of what I would. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
Ask him about a gadget. Let's see if he knows. And then Ralph will ask you a question.
I don't know. I mean,
I got a question. Who's better at setting up your BlackBerry, Jim McClure or John Hine?
John Hine.
Jim. And first of all, Ralph doesn't know how to set up a BlackBerry. I guarantee you that if Ralph had to get Lotus Notes and Sirius email and all that stuff, we have to go through a lot of firewalls and all that shit and passwords. I don't think Ralph could do that.
You pay people to do in your house, cooking up all your AV equipment. I do that myself.
But Ralph, I guarantee you, your setup is nowhere near as elaborate as mine, and I guarantee you, I could put your shit together with a fucking blindfold on. Well, you have one TV, you have one TV.
My website. Do you know how to work? Do you know how to load content onto a website?
Actually, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Stop it.
I do.
Stop it. Go ahead.
Stop it.
Go do it.
So you have a website that nobody sees. So what?
All right. Nobody sees mygeektime.com?
No. They're all at bababooey.com, douchebag.
Everyone's so busy with bababooey.com.
They can't have time for my geek time.
What is on bababooey.com? I don't even know about that.
Right now,
the Sony ebook reader.
No, right now it's just like links like that Game Room magazine that they did. So there's a link to that. There was a link to like Sound and Vision, some photographs.
All right, Gary. I'm going to ask you a question. Ralph, don't say anything. No one say, why do they call keyboards QWERTY?
QWERTY?
Yes. Why do they do that?
I don't know.
You really don't know?
I really don't know.
When you see, hold it.
Oh my
hold
God.
it, Ralph. When you see in an ad, it says QWERTY keyboard.
I know what it is.
What is it?
I thought you were asking me.
Why do they call it QWERTY?
Why? Where did the name come from?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
I'm asking you a geek question.
I think it's a physical keyboard, not a touchpad.
No, that's wrong. A QWERTY keyboard can be a touchpad. Do you know the answer, Ralph?
Of course, because if you look at a keyboard dummy, on the top it's QWERTY.
Like a regular, yeah.
Yeah, so it's called a QWERTY keyboard.
When you know how to, you don't know how to type, do you?
So it's the typing.
QWERTY is the spelling on the letters, and that's what a QWERTY keyboard is.
Okay.
So it means that it's set up like a typewriter keyboard?
That's right.
Okay.
It means it's a basic keyboard that you're using.
Well, that's what I knew, but I didn't know why they called it that.
Right, because it's only staring you in the face when you play cards every day.
Oh, nobody wants you to do anything every day. You're a fucking flea.
I got to say, Ralph won that round. I mean, you should know that.
You got another question?
If you're a geek, you should know. Look on your keyboard. It'll say QWERTY.
Do you know the operating system that's on the iPad?
No, I haven't researched that much. I know it's a new. I know. No, hold on a second. I know it's.
Hold on,
you fucking answer a fucking question.
Go ahead,
answer it. You said you didn't know.
I believe it's a new one that they created just for this, but I'm not positive. I haven't looked at the operating
It's the
system.
same one on the iPhone, and you can use all your apps
Right.
of the iPhone on the iPad. They'll come out with a new version of it.
So, but see, Ralph only knows about Apple because that's
All right,
all
so
he knows.
ask him something.
I don't know. I don't know. We could talk about like sling
All right,
boxes
I'll
and
ask you
Sonoses
something.
and all sorts of
Ask
all
shit.
him a question, because that's text.
All right, I'll ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph, what is the difference between a component cable and a composite
Perfect.
cable? All right.
I know that.
The composite cables are three different cables.
Mm-hmm.
It brings in it's a better feed. It's
You don't know.
yeah. It's three. A component cable is one.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
That's not true at all, douche. You QWERTY douche.
Ralph, is that your answer? I don't hear much of an answer there, Ralph.
Component is yeah. It's what audio, video in one, and the other one brings it in on three different the green, red, and black, whatever the three colors are. It's an audio. It's a video cable that gives you a better picture.
That
Sort
is
of
right.
right.
That's right.
It's close.
The
It gives you-
component
that's
is
the
video
picture you-
only.
And the best picture you can get is HDMI, which hooks up everything in one digital.
Well, you did get that right.
feed.
Sort of.
All right, sort of. You got
Sort of.
All right, very good.
I'm
Gary?
not. Here's the thing. I'm not in competition with Ralph because I'm on national TV shows and he's not. So that's the end of my. I don't need to.
So you're not afraid of Gadget Ralph?
Not
because-
even a little.
Right.
You think anybody saw Geraldo at 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good Sunday night is a
You
good time. You
apparently-
did. They
you
promoted it
saw it.
all day. That's Ralph's fuck you, by the way. Did you know that?
Yeah.
When he goes, that's like fuck you.
All right. Thank you, Gadget Ralph and Gadget Gary. All right.
Thank you.
Hold on. All right, whenever you're ready.
Hi, my name is Peter. I got by the show to talk about my girlfriend having sex.
So, Peter, last time you were on the show, you were a virgin, right?
Yes,
And now you've had sex with her?
yes,
And you're going to talk to Howard about that today?
yes.
Why do you think Howard's so interested in this?
Because my girlfriend lied to him.
What did she do?
She lied to him because she is sad about it.
She's sad about it?
No, sad.
Oh, shy about it. All
Yeah.
right. All right, Peter, let's do this one more time.
Hi, my name is Peter. I got here because got by the show because I had 2,000 holler about my girlfriend having sex with me.
You're going to talk to Howard about having sex with your girlfriend?
Yes,
Nice, man. Last time you were on the show, you were a virgin, right?
yes,
So this is a pretty big day for you, huh?
yes.
Now, why do you think Howard's so interested in you you losing your virginity?
Because I want to say thank you for how you helped me do it.
Oh, he helped you.
Yes, because you're on the variety show.
Awesome, man. All right, so you're
All right.
excited to be back?
Yes,
All right, dude, we'll see you in there.
okay.
You know the Asian kid who was in here during Virgin Dial-A-Date?
Yes.
He's been calling.
Really? He's become a regular caller?
Yeah. And he's been bragging that he's getting laid now from that. Remember, he was on the show, and we said, "Are you a virgin?" And he goes, "Yes." And then he said that he did have a girlfriend. She broke up with him.
Right.
And he even said that she wasn't hot. She was fat. I remember he was hard to understand. And,
Yeah. And we
So
couldn't quite tell what his mental state was.
Well, he started calling in, and we weren't even sure what the hell he was talking about. This was like trying to interpret the Bible. You know, there's a lot of interpretations.
Hi, my name is Peter Lee. I was born no period. SSS. I know how to turn off. Please send me the photo video. I have sex. I know how to turn off every day.
I have sex.
And he jerks off every day.
Yeah.
I love pussy.
I love pussy. I'm just interpreting because I didn't even understand the first couple of seconds.
Yeah, I couldn't get much of what he
Right.
first said.
But he loves pussy.
Oh, by the way, I know.
He's a tough guy to understand. So we didn't know what he was talking about.
Right.
So we called him. He's here now.
Okay.
And I think he's coming in to say he had sex. The girl that he supposedly had sex with
It wasn't Angel, was it?
Well, no. She says he doesn't know what he's talking about. All they did was kiss, and
he thinks that's sex.
All right. So this is Pete the Asian version. Take a seat, Pete. How you doing, man? Hey, how you doing, pal? What do you say? How you been?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure having you. You know, I was confused by your messages that you called in with. So, are you no longer a virgin?
No more.
No more.
No more.
How old are you again? Remind my audience.
24.
24 years old. You were here. You were playing the virgin dating game.
Yes.
And you wanted. You said you loved.
You didn't win.
Right. You didn't win. You said you love pussy.
Yes.
Do you know what pussy is?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
Let's be clear on this. What is pussy?
Pussy is a girl have it.
A girl has pussy.
Where is
Yeah.
it?
Where is the
On
pussy?
the girl.
At the bottom.
That's right. Put to the point to it here. I'm going to draw a picture of a girl. Okay.
Okay.
And you point to the pussy.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
The bottom.
Hold on. And this actually is a drawing of Robin Megan. If you're wondering.
It's the only girl he's ever seen.
All right. There's
Where's the pussy?
Where's the pussy?
Over there.
Where? Now here?
No.
Here?
No.
There?
Yes.
Okay, he knows.
Ah. And you've been there.
And you're saying what happened now? Because your girlfriend says you're wrong.
But he was shy.
She's shy.
Yes.
How did it happen? You guys were broken up. How did you end up getting pussy?
You got back with the same old girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And you said you didn't even think she was attractive, right?
No.
No. You said she's fat.
No. I go over my ex-girlfriend. Now she hot.
Oh, the new girl is
Oh,
hot.
this is a new girl.
Yes.
Oh, you have a hot girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, is she Asian?
No.
White girl?
Yes.
Wow. Very nice. How'd you get this girl?
I know her for a while.
From school?
Yes.
And she never was interested in, and all of a sudden she wanted you.
Yeah.
Do you think this is because you were on the radio?
I see so.
Yes.
So now that you're a star.
Yeah. So you have some sort of celebrity, and this girl wanted you. What is it, Will?
There's already holes in the story.
Oh,
Right.
yeah?
So, Pete, when we talked yesterday, it's the same girl that you were talking about when you were here the first time, right?
No.
What do you mean? I talked to her on the phone yesterday.
Either yesterday. Yesterday my ex-girlfriend. My new girlfriend. You go to.
You didn't talk to his new girlfriend.
Yeah,
You
you spoke
did.
to the wrong girl.
Oh, I spoke to the new girlfriend yesterday.
Yeah.
But she said that she was the girl that was dating you before the contest.
No.
No, it's a different girl.
No, different girl.
Does she
Oh,
sound-
new different story.
Does she sound like Pete, this new girlfriend?
No, she sounded, she was very articulate.
She was.
Yes.
Like normal.
Completely normal.
Yeah.
How come we can't talk to her?
Yeah, where is she? Where is this girl? You didn't bring the girl with you
No.
to show us proof?
No.
You got a picture?
So when you meet this girl, you knew her from school, she was never interested in you, and then suddenly you're on the radio.
And she's interested.
Now all of a sudden she smells success, and she wants you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You got a job?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
What type of field are you in? What type of work?
The same loader.
You are a loader.
Yes.
Do you feel she was after you for your money?
No.
No. It
Not
was
the time.
just because you're now known as Pete the Asian Virgin. She likes it.
Yes.
And she said to you, Pete, I'm going to take care of your virginity. I'm going to get rid of it.
Yes.
All right. You go out on a date. Would you take her to dinner?
No, yeah, on my birthday.
On your
On your
birthday.
birthday.
Where'd you go for the date?
For we go to the diner.
To dinner.
Diner? Dinner. What was it?
What, a diner?
Yes.
You know, you're hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
It's that whole Asian thing, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
Maybe. So you go to the diner,
Yes.
and this one is thin. She's not fat.
No.
Right. And she is attractive.
Yes.
And she says to you, Pete, let's go back to my place and have sex.
Yes.
She says it just like that.
Yes.
That's hot. Were you shocked?
At first, yes.
Yes.
At first, yes.
Yes.
I was shocked.
So she says, I really want to have sex with you, Pete.
Yes.
Had you ever kissed her before?
Yes.
You had kissed her before.
Not before, yes.
Okay, so nothing before, and then all of a sudden she wants to
No.
go to
She
sleep
was just
with
a
you.
friend before.
I
Yes,
see.
a friend.
Then he goes on the radio, And she wants...
Bing, bam, boom.
She
the
wants
legs
it.
spread.
Right. All right. Now, describe what happens when you get back to her place. Does she begin to take her clothes off in front of you?
Yes.
She did. You
Yes.
didn't take her clothes off? She took them off herself.
She herself.
Wow.
Well-
Do you undress yourself?
She undressed me.
She undressed you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
Yeah.
what were you doing while she undressed?
You were watching her, right?
Yes.
You liked it.
Yes.
And was that the first time you saw her naked?
Yes.
Yes.
And so you didn't know how far to go, so you just stood there. And then she started undressing you?
Yes.
All your clothes, even your underpants.
Yep.
And you had a boner.
Yep.
Wow. And then she stands there naked. Did she have hair on her? Did she have hair down there?
Yes.
She did.
Lots or a little bit?
Big bush?
Yeah.
Big, smelly bush. Wow. That's a big bush. Most girls shave, don't they?
Yes.
She doesn't. She's natural.
Yes.
Wow. But you still, that didn't slow you down.
Nope.
Not at all. You're a real man. All right. Did anything about the female body surprise you? Because you hadn't really seen many naked women. Did anything shock you? Did you see the two things on her chest?
Yes.
You know what those are?
Boof.
Boobs, right. You like that?
Yes.
Yes. Her stomach was flat, or was there a big belly?
Fat.
Flat.
Yes.
And her ass, was it the size of a barn?
No.
It was very smooth and nice.
Yes.
Were there holes in it like cellulite?
No.
No fat?
Smooth,
No.
huh?
Smooth.
It's smooth.
Not like the craters of the moon.
No.
Okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. And then she kissed you.
Yeah.
You were standing there naked and she kissed you.
Yeah.
And you couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I gotta be at first.
Right. And then did you explode the second she kissed you?
Yes.
You did. You didn't even get... What is sex exactly? What happens during sex?
Where you with pussy with dick inside the pussy.
Ah.
Pussy and dick? Mm-hmm. Right. You put the dick in the pussy?
Yes.
All right. All right. So
That's
you know
what he
what's going
said.
on.
That's
All
what he
right.
said.
How did you learn that you were supposed to do this? Who told you this? With this dick in the pussy. How did you find out about it?
I know that a long time ago.
You found
Really?
out? Okay. All right.
You don't remember who told you?
No.
Are you legally allowed to have sex?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
I wonder if he is.
I don't know.
Right. So, like you say, dick in the pussy. It's very crude, you know that, but all right.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So-
did he, what did he do?
So then she begins kissing you. And you say you exploded down there. You didn't even get inside. You didn't put the dick in the pussy.
Not yet.
It came already.
Yep.
And you were like, oh my goodness. Did you apologize to her for this?
No.
No. Just from being naked and kissing,
Yes.
you had an orgasm.
Yep.
Now,
Wow.
how did you clean up?
Yeah. Where did the orgasm land? Where did all that gooey stuff land? The stuff that came out of your penis.
Yeah, I know.
Where did it go? Did it go on the floor?
Yes.
It did. And who cleans that up? The dog?
No.
Who cleans it up?
Her.
She cleaned up the floor.
Yeah, I
You
saw
said,
it.
Pete, you made a mess on the floor.
Yeah.
Were you embarrassed?
No.
You did not care.
Nope.
You're a man. And you had to do it.
Yeah.
That's right. So far, you haven't had sex because the penis didn't go inside the vagina, right? You know what I mean by vagina?
Yes.
All right. That's another code word for pussy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Stop it. He knows.
Well, I don't know what he knows, this guy. This guy calls me all the time. I don't know what he's talking about. Who knows? So I guess some time passes and she begins kissing you again.
Yes.
And now it's time for sex.
Are you still standing or are you in the bed? Where are you?
Right.
In the bed.
Now you're in the bed. The first time you orgasmed and came, you were standing.
Yes.
Now you lay down on the bed.
Yes.
And did she lick your ass?
No.
She didn't do that.
No.
Did you know that girls do that sometimes?
No.
They don't do it to me either. Don't feel bad.
Somebody had to tell you, too.
Yeah, I heard girls do it, but no one seems to want to lick my ass. So then you're laying in the bed, and did she touch your wiener?
Yep.
She touched it. That's what got it up again.
Yep.
And you kissed her in that bad spot?
Yes.
You kissed her down there.
Yep.
Smell all right?
Okay.
It smelled okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you've smelled better things.
Yes.
Did you catch a whiff of some bad ass? Maybe she didn't wipe when she took a duty, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
stop it.
Yeah, but
A little
Oh,
bit.
Yeah.
Now let's we're talking man to man.
Oh,
Little bit, maybe duty.
yeah.
stop it.
You think that she had made a duty before she seduced you, and maybe didn't get in there and wipe that well?
Yeah.
I see. Well, that's unfortunate.
Were you all clean and sweet smelling
Had you
yourself?
made a duty yourself?
Yeah.
You did. So you didn't smell so minty fresh down there, did you?
I've everything.
Everything.
Fresh.
Everything was fresh.
Yes.
Yeah. So you made sure your penis didn't smell. She didn't kiss your penis, did she?
Yes.
Oh, she kissed it.
Yep.
You're kidding me.
No.
Wow, you really lost
You
your
got it
virginity.
all.
Yeah, I got. Oh.
Wow. This guy's unbelievable. You know, I felt bad when you lost the virgin dating game, but now I don't feel so bad.
Don't feel bad. Because I do not a best. I go out to win. I will not be able to win from me.
What'd Pete say, Robin?
I don't know.
No. Pete, we don't know what you just said. It's okay. Can't be that important. Whatever you said is going to have to stay with you. And if it was about the Dred Scott, I'm going to talk to Benji about that later. You don't have to talk about it, too. Wow. Wonder what he said.
I don't know.
Sounded pretty good, though.
Something about he didn't care if he won.
I don't care if I win or not.
Okay. Understood.
Because what?
Because he got a woman on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
That
better
was it?
And I agree with you. It's better to get a woman on your own than to have some mercy fucking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there comes a time where you have to perform conolingus. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know what that is?
You know what that is?
No.
Oh, all right. But you knew you had to perform it.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Why not? If she
There's
wants
things
it,
you're going to do that you don't even know you're
when you
going to do.
licked the vagina.
Yeah.
And you went down there and you said, maybe she made a duty. Did you say to her, did you make a duty? And because you smelled something?
No.
No. You were polite and you were a gentleman.
Yes.
I like that about you. Did there come a time where you felt maybe I shouldn't lick the vagina because it's a little stinky from the ass?
No.
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 You said this is the right thing to do. I
Yes.
want to
And did you
experience
know,
this.
what are you licking down there?
Do you know what to lick?
Yes.
What? What did you lick?
On top.
On top?
Yes.
Right. It's that little button thing, right?
Yeah.
No, exactly. Look at you.
How did you learn
Yeah,
that?
come on. Who taught you that?
I know that.
How do you know that?
First, what movies?
From the porno.
Ah,
From
the
Yeah,
porno.
for both.
That fucking porno does teach a guy.
Everybody knows now.
What do you think of a guy who wears a ski cap when he's in bed with a woman? That's weird, right?
That real.
Weird.
That's funny.
Boy, this guy knew about the clitoris. I didn't learn
Yeah.
about that till I was like 30. You're way more advanced than I am. You licked on top. And she said, boy, you're pretty good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, she liked it.
Yeah.
She became aroused.
Yes.
Do you think she experienced an orgasm while you were licking that thing on top?
Yes.
You do. She was wriggling around and going, oh. Did she moan?
Yes.
What did that sound like?
I don't know.
Would she say any dirty talk?
No.
Give it to me hard, Asian Pete?
No.
No?
No. She was shy.
She was shy.
Shy.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. I like him to be a little demure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Was she a virgin as well?
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
Not
You
anymore.
took a girl's virginity
Yes.
and gave her yours.
How do you know she was a virgin?
Because I asked before.
Was it tough to get in there?
Yeah.
In other words, there was blood on the sheets afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Right,
messy?
right.
Ooh.
Yes.
I can't imagine. Does she live at home with her parents?
Yes.
She does.
Where were the parents while all this
Yeah,
is going on?
Where are the parents? Throwing up?
No.
Standing outside the door?
Where were they? Were they home? Were they home?
No, they are work.
Oh, at work. Good. Well, I'm glad someone's working while you two are busy fucking. So this hot girl, then says, "All right, put it in me, Pete." Right?
Give it to me.
Yes.
Give it to me. And you knew how to get it in there?
Yes.
She didn't put it in?
No.
You put it in yourself.
Yes.
Well, you're
You
better
said
than
it
I
was
am.
a little difficult, though. You had to go extra.
I never can get it in myself.
I go as a push.
You what?
pushed.
No, he said puss.
No. I said you said it was hard because she was a virgin. I said, well, what did you do?
You keep
said I
pushing.
had to push.
Did she say, Pete, it hurts?
Yes.
That turn you on? That means you're big and you have a big penis, right? Yes.
Yes.
How long did you last when you were having the sex?
2 hours.
2 hours?
hours?
Get
Yes.
out of here.
No.
You're lying.
No,
you know how
not.
long 2 hours is?
Yes.
How many minutes is 2 hours? Do you know?
120.
120. Very
Yes.
good. What
What were you doing for 2 hours?
What when you started having the sex, what did the clock say? What time was it?
12.
12. And when you finished, what time was it?
2.
2?
What were
Two.
you doing all that
2?
time?
I said, what?
2 hours? How can you hold out for 2 hours? Were you wearing a rubber?
No.
No rubber?
No rubber.
Could she be pregnant?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
Where did
no.
you do your business? Inside?
You came inside of her?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
You pulled out?
Yep.
Where'd you shoot that load?
On the butt.
On her butt?
Yeah.
I hope you didn't get her pregnant. You know, you
No.
really should wear a condom. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
What
haven't
is a
you ever
condom?
heard of safe sex?
What is a condom? Come on.
Because I sorry for your business too.
All right.
You when I get married.
What's the matter with you? You could get diseases. You could get all kind of things.
Yeah.
You weren't worried?
No.
Well, don't do it again.
Not do it again. That's how you
You
got them.
make me a promise you will never do that again.
Never do that again. I
All
will
right.
got them.
You
That's
were what?
crazy. What?
I will use
would-
got them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think you said you were desperate. I know you're desperate, but still, you don't want to be a father, do you?
No.
I mean, you got a lot of living to do before you get tied down to a family.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you as a father. That can't turn out good.
Nope.
No.
Too young.
Too young. It's your
Yes,
first
that's
pussy, and then all of a sudden you're saddled with a family.
Yeah, I got need that.
Hey, if our family ever found out, they would kill you.
Yeah, I know.
A father would take you and throw you out a window. It'd be terrible.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. And you're a much younger man. How old are you again?
24.
How old?
24.
24.
Yes.
I got to tell you, I'm 56. All the sex added up in my life doesn't even equal 2 hours. So the fact that you held out for 2 hours is insane
Stop
to me.
it,
Because
Howard.
you never even had pussy. First time you're in, you're telling me 2 hours you could pump away like that in different positions?
Different ways.
Wow. How many different positions did you give her?
5.
5
5.
positions.
Look at you. You better write a book.
You started out on your belly, like
Yeah.
you're doing it missionary style?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And then what?
And then I only know 3 positions. What 5 positions? Then what'd you switch to?
Zero to doggy style.
Doggy
style.
style, yes.
Then
And switch back.
to missionary?
Switch
Yes.
back to missionary. Go ahead.
And switch back doggy style.
Switch back to doggy. All right, that's 4 positions.
And switch back.
And then you came when you were back on the other position.
Yep.
All right. All right, well, that's 5 positions.
That's
you got
my
me there.
position. That's it.
Hey, Wendy the retard's on the phone. She thinks you sound sexy. She wants to talk to you. You might have a second date.
Okay.
Hey, Wendy.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, how are you?
Fun?
Wendy,
Yeah?
Pete had sex.
Yeah?
Yeah. Are you getting turned on?
Yeah?
No?
I said yeah.
Yes. You're in love with Pete?
Yeah?
You want to have Pete's baby?
Yeah?
And you don't wipe either, right?
No?
You make duty and you hardly wipe.
Yes?
So you like the other girl. You smell a little bit down there.
Yes?
You want Pete to smell your ass.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. See? I told you she's turned on. I knew this would get her. Pete
You
is
could
sexy.
have another girl.
What would you do to Pete?
Rock his world?
Do you mind that Pete's been with other girls?
No?
You can deal with that?
Yeah?
This is like the retarded bachelor. You can handle all 5 positions?
Yeah?
He
Oh,
goes,
God. We have to do that reality show, Retarded Bachelor.
hey, Robin, it's already being produced for Howard TV. I'm in talks right now with Howard
Oh,
TV.
my God. That could be
Pete, would you be the
amazing.
retarded bachelor?
I don't care.
You would like it?
Yeah.
And you would have 5 or 6 women in a house competing for your love.
Okay.
You would do it.
Yeah.
Wendy, you would do that?
Yeah?
Wendy, you wouldn't fight the other girls, though, would you?
No?
Right. In other words, you would compete fairly.
Yes?
And then when you win a date with Pete, you'd go out and try to romance him.
Yes?
Yeah. Now, do you want Pete to wear a rubber?
Yeah?
You do. You don't want Pete's baby?
No?
No. All right.
She seems a
That
little-
good. That good.
Do you want to go out with her?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. He's thinking about it. Okay, Wendy?
All right.
All right, honey. You want to say anything sexy to Pete?
Sassy, I think you're really sassy and you're really attractive.
Did you ever see him?
No.
Pete, what do you look for in a woman? A pulse?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's
All right.
good.
Wendy, do you have a pulse?
Yeah.
Yes, all right.
Then
okay.
this is your girl.
All right. What will you two talk about, though? Will you have anything to talk about with Wendy?
I don't know. I had to find out.
Yeah. Wendy, do you have anything to talk to Pete about? You can eat 3 pizzas in one sitting, right?
For one thing, Pete, I wanted to ask you something. Do you like doing karaoke?
Yeah. What about karaoke? She's big into that.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right.
Yeah.
You could do
Not
that.
all the time.
Would you go with her to karaoke?
Yeah.
You know, she's enormous. Would you mind eating, when she eats like 3 pizzas, do you mind sitting there and letting her eat?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Wendy,
Yes.
how many pizzas can you eat?
I can eat 5 pieces.
5.
5 pizzas. Not slices, but 5 whole pizzas, right?
Yes.
Yes. Can you handle a large woman?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. All right. And when you make a duty, how many times a day you make a duty?
4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah. She takes a dump 4 or 5 times a day. Do you mind that?
No.
do
And
not.
sometimes she doesn't make it quite to the toilet.
Right. Sometimes you miss the toilet, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do you mind that? No.
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 Boy, you're strong.
This Bachelor is going to be so good because this guy, nothing turns him off. I mean, that's good. Wendy, he likes you.
I like him.
Yeah. Would you like? Is Wendy your girlfriend now?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe.
And Wendy, you like to bowl, right?
Yes.
Pete, do you bowl at all?
Yes.
Pete,
No,
do you
wait a
like to
minute,
bowl?
Pete.
I
you
like to
bowl?
bowl sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Right. Because Wendy likes to bowl and eat 5 pizzas at the same time. If you don't
Okay.
mind. Okay,
And
that's
she'll
all
have a
right.
drink every once in a while.
Right. You like to drink, right?
Yes.
Do
I
you like
drink.
do you like Freddy Krueger? She loves Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Okay. He likes Freddy Krueger.
I'm collecting. I'm a big collector of them.
Pete, you don't bowl? I thought all special people bowl.
I bowl sometimes. Not
Right,
all the time.
Didn't you think that was a special person's sport?
Absolutely. With the bumpers and everything. You get the bumpers, Pete?
Wendy, describe to Pete
Sometimes.
that after you
All
bowl.
the time.
Wendy, describe to Pete after you bowl and eat 5 like pizzas that you take an enormous duty. Explain.
After I bowl, I take enormous duty, and then after I do that, I go back eating more and drinking more.
Yeah, and every once in a while you throw up, right?
Yes.
And then you make more duty.
Yes.
So you're like a duty machine.
Yes.
And we're throwing up in between.
Now, Wendy, if Pete has sex with you, you're not going to make duty during the sex, are you?
No.
All right.
But you could throw up.
Yeah.
Does that she might throw up during the day, but that wouldn't turn you off, would it, Pete?
No.
No. Does this sound good to you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. You know, sometimes she duty's so big it goes high up the toilet. The toilet
She
won't
clogs
flush.
the toilet,
You clogged the toilet, right, Wendy?
Yes.
Yeah. And Wendy, you've even admitted that sometimes when you're sitting on the toilet, you miss the
Yes.
bowl. How does
Right.
that happen? Describe that to Pete.
When I'm like half asleep or what, I'm not paying attention. I don't know what I'm doing, and I accidentally miss the hole sometimes.
Right. You missed a hole, but even though you're sitting
That's a
on the
big
bowl,
hole.
that's a big hole.
Yes.
And when it lands on the floor, it's terrible, right?
Yes.
It's embarrassing.
Yes.
But then what do? You clean it up?
Yes, I clean it up
With what?
with toilet paper, paper towels.
Paper towels and things, and then you flush that all down.
Yes.
And then I guess there's duty all over the back of your legs and things, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
I take a shower.
Oh, that's
okay.
good.
All right. Well, you're a
Okay.
lady. She's a lady.
Why
Wow.
don't you play, Pete, one of Wendy's greatest moments?
What would that be?
The one time when she was talking and throwing up.
Oh, right. Well, I don't want to. You know what? I don't want to turn him off.
That would turn me off.
That would turn you off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
Yeah, that will.
And Wendy, after Pete has sex with you, will you call the police and claim rape?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So she's going to call the cops afterwards and claim rape. You understand?
might get
that.
arrested.
You might get arrested, but so what? It's worth it, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. Well, Wendy, you sound charming as ever and sexy as ever.
Yes.
You going to wear something sexy on the date?
Yes.
What do you have in mind?
I was thinking about wearing a dress.
A dress or stretch pants, perhaps?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be good. You like stretch pants or a dress better,
Yes.
Pete?
Either. I don't care.
You don't care.
I
I
don't
don't
care.
care.
Right. All right. Well, Wendy, I've told Pete about you. I'm going to look into maybe a retarded kind of bachelor.
Oh, God, I think we might get one of her greatest performances.
Do you have a cold right now?
Yes.
Yes, you do. I heard a cough. Was there a lot of phlegm? What do you do with that phlegm?
Take NyQuil.
Right, okay. Well, that's not going to slow you down, Pete, is it?
Nope.
You like a girl with phlegm. All right, Wendy. Well, Pete's interested, and I'm going to get back to you with this idea that I have.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Wendy.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.
Right, that's Wendy, the retard.
Bye, Wendy.
Pete, the Asian stud. Look at this. You know, when you get a little stank on that hang low, suddenly they all
the girls come out.
Yeah, good for you, pal.
Yeah, thank
Proud of
you.
Hey, by the way, Crackhead Bob is on the phone. He has sex questions for Pete.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Crackhead.
Do you like to have third intersex to give life in Tennessee?
What about that, Pete, in Tennessee?
What did I say?
Pete didn't understand, Bob. Do you mind asking another question?
You have a lot of doubts because you are this. You doubt is your sphincter.
What?
In your sphincter. How do you answer that? All right. Pete's having trouble. You're having trouble with him. All right.
Yes.
Well, Pete, congratulations. We've learned today that you went from being a virgin to a guy who's had sex. How many times have you had sex now? Just the once?
No.
How
More
many?
than one.
Oh, you're having it regularly now.
Yeah, regularly.
How many times a week?
Twice.
Twice a week. And you wait for the parents to leave the house, and you go over to her house, and they have the sex.
Yep.
And you're using condoms now?
Yes.
Not yet, but
Not yet.
now he's going to start using
Now
them.
I still use it.
Oh, my
Not yet.
goodness, Pete. You were playing Russian roulette.
Well, Pete, do you know what Robin means by Russian roulette? You want me to explain that to you?
Yes.
It means that when you put your penis in the vagina without a condom, you're tempting fate. In other words, children might come out of this union. And I don't want to see you become a young father at this point.
No, I don't either.
You don't want kids, right? Ever.
No.
That's
Ever.
why you got to be careful.
You've been told not to have children. Am I correct?
I can have children, but not
no.
not right now.
Right.
Not
Not
right
never.
now.
Let's
Yeah,
say
Not never.
let's say in the year 3000 you can start having kids.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Well, are you sleeping with only the one girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, let me put it this way. You keep sleeping with this girl and you keep coming inside of her. You're going to make one great guest in 18 years because whatever that kid comes out, I got to figure he's going to be good for this show.
We'll be talking to this kid.
That's right. Leon Spinks is a fan of yours, wants to ask you a few questions about you and your new girlfriend, okay?
Okay.
Leon, what do you want to ask Pete?
Well, I really get to. I ain't really come to me that way. Happened a week later.
A week later. What about that?
What a week later?
A week later.
What?
Leon Spinks wants to know.
A week later about.
Leon, could you ask a different question Pete doesn't understand?
I'm me and my wife quite close.
What?
What was that?
Yeah, I know Don King. I don't like him.
What do you say to that? Nothing.
Nothing.
That's what I thought. And you know what?
Nothing.
Don't answer that question because that can incriminate you. Thank you,
I don't
Mr.
walk around and say I was a virgin, man. Come on.
All right, Leon. Thank you.
No, I went on gang. We had jobs and whatnot. And I went in the service and whatnot. So.
All right. Later. That's Leon Spinks, the boxer. You ever hear of him? Terrific guy. All right. Listen to me. What is your name again? Pete. Okay.
Yes.
I almost called you medicated Pete.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You're
whatever.
Pete the Asian. You're
You're
Pete the Asian version.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
All right. I want to first of all congratulate you on becoming I guess a man. But you know, a man wears a condom.
Yes.
That's the big lesson here.
Where do you get condoms? Do you know?
Do you know?
Yes.
Where?
And the pharmacy.
All
Pharmacy.
right.
Thank you.
So you do know.
He knows.
Yeah.
You didn't have anal sex with this girl, did you?
No.
No. All right.
No.
You don't want to do that?
Nope.
I don't think things are messy.
That would be.
That would be wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Howard,
Yes, Gary.
I don't know if you care, but there's a little piece of trivia. You know that medicated Pete and virgin Pete are from the same town.
I
Really?
didn't know that. Did you know that? That you and Medicated Pete are from the same town?
No.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
No, no.
Aren't you glad Gary interrupted with that? Yes.
Yes.
All right, listen. By the way, because I like you, I want to give you a gift. I'm going to give you $711 cash, courtesy of 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
What do you mean?
You don't even know what that means?
No.
And what the hell am I
I
doing?
don't know what you're doing here, Howard.
$711. You know what dollars are?
Yes.
What is a dollar?
Money.
Money.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you $711.
Oh,
You want it?
yes.
You want to forget it? You
No.
want to donate it to Haiti?
No.
No, all right. Smart man.
He's got his own
You want-
devastation.
yeah, right. He's got his own disaster. You've won $711 cash from the greatest place in the world, 7-Eleven. Do you know what 7-Eleven is?
Yes.
You've been there?
Yes.
What do you do there?
Buy food.
Food, right. Do you have coffee there?
Sometimes.
They have the best coffee ever, don't they?
Yes.
Of course. Even Pete knows that.
And what do you say about 7-Eleven?
Thank
Oh, thank heaven.
Thank heaven
for
7-Eleven.
There you go.
There we go. Now listen to me. Sex is a big responsibility. You don't want to hurt this girl. You understand?
No, I know.
Are you in love?
Are you in love with her?
Yes.
Because you should have emotional feelings for this girl if you're having sex with her.
Yes. I know that.
Okay. And she's of age? She's not like 12?
No.
How old is she?
21.
21. Good. All right.
What school is this they're going to? He's 24, she's 21.
That's some of those poor parents. Yeah, you're still going to school, right?
No.
Oh, you're done.
You
You're
met
out
at
of
school.
school.
Yeah,
Right,
I done.
right.
All
I
right.
finished.
Right. What's your mental age? Do you know? Like, how old are you emotionally? 24?
Yeah, about.
Okay, good.
I've seen other guys. He's
I'm
about
just saying,
Italy 24.
You know, people joke about sex, and I know you watch porno, and that's where you learned about it. But this is a girl who has feelings. Mm-hmm. And she's going, to give herself to you is very intimate.
Yeah.
It's very special.
Yes.
I hope you're honoring this.
Yeah, I am.
And don't make a joke of it. In other
I-
words.
I-
Don't be
not.
mean to her.
I'm not being
Don't all of
mean
a
to
sudden come in there and go, hey, bitch, I don't need you.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I better.
Because she must really like you if she's having sex with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I wish her parents would find out.
Will, do you take her on dates?
Yes.
Where do you go?
Go to movies.
Yeah?
Did you see Avatar? You didn't see that?
No.
Avatar?
You
No.
haven't seen Avatar yet?
No.
You know, who even knows if he's telling the truth? Because didn't you tell me Bruce Lee trained you in karate?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Bruce
No.
Lee? Yeah,
No.
Bruce Lee. Oh, it's not.
No. The TV. I love
the
the
TV.
TV.
Oh.
No, but I be. I not.
All right, so you're not lying about it.
No.
I guess. Oh, I was hoping
So let
you
me
were.
see some of your karate moves.
Who, me or him?
I want
You
to
do
see
this?
what you learned from Bruce Lee.
What's this? You do this? Yeah, exactly. The claw.
Ah.
That's the claw.
Yes.
All right. All right. What is it, Sal? What do
Hey,
you-
Howard. So Pete's a big, he's been breaking our balls every day for porn.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, and we love him.
I don't want to give him porn.
Well, we want to offer him one.
No.
No, we can't.
There's no we, Sal. It's me.
Okay.
And I don't want to offer him Paul.
You sure?
Porn. No. What is that?
Well, I wanted Pete. What do you think of this girl? Do you like her? Would this be someone? you-
Listen,
Oh, no.
what is
Stop
that?
it.
Was that a tranny?
Yes.
That's really a man.
What do you think of her cock, Pete?
All right, get out of here. Don't give that to Pete. He doesn't want that kind of porn.
I jerked off to it. It's great.
All right. You jerked off to a tranny? You mental case. Pete, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with this whole thing and wear a rubber if this girl's really having sex with you. I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is,
Mm-hmm.
and if you date Wendy the retard, realize she has feelings too.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Don't become one of these guys like a rock star.
You're no player, are you?
No.
I mean,
I'm no
you know,
better.
you're not
Never
a player.
was.
All right.
I
Yeah.
hate people like that.
I hate people like that too. That's why I hate Benji.
I
He's a
can be
player.
a friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
And stay away from my wife.
I love you, Rav.
No, just easy does it. All right. Pete, congratulations, I guess. I know
I guess.
I know this was important to you to lose your virginity, and I suppose it's a milestone.
Mm-hmm.
Did you celebrate afterwards?
Yes.
Yes. What did you do?
I drink.
You drank.
Yeah.
That's good.
What do you drink?
That's a good combo. You and drinking.
What do you drink?
What do you have? What do you have? Tom Collins?
No, I
7 and 7?
I got beers.
A beer.
Beer,
All right.
okay.
What type of beer? Beck's? Yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
All right. So you've won $711 cash. What are you going to do with the money?
I was sorry. Your father day coming up. I will get something to my girlfriend.
You're going to give it to the girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she deserves it, believe me.
Yeah, she
That's
is.
right. And careful with the drinking. You're not drinking to excess, are you?
No.
How many
Do
drinks?
you drive?
How many beers are you having? Does he drive? Stop. You barely talk. You don't drive, right?
I don't drive.
Of course.
Oh.
I would have guessed that.
Good.
You tried taking the test?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to find the test though.
Now, when you drink, you don't get stupid, do you? You don't do anything dumb, do you?
No.
All right, good for you.
I drink 2 beers. That's
Too
all.
bad. When you
That's it?
drink, is it hard to understand you?
Yes.
Of course. So maybe you cleared up. Look, Pete, I like you. You got a good heart. You got a good soul. You got a good spirit. I know that about you. That's why I like you. That's why I give you this money.
Thank you.
And listen, just be responsible out there if you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All right, Robin. Well, there he is. Everyone loves Pete, the Asian virgin.
Yeah, he's no longer the Asian virgin. What are we going to call him now?
I'm still going to call him the Asian virgin. I don't believe a word of it. And let me tell you something.
He knew what the
2 hours he
was.
lasted with the pussy.
I don't know what he was doing for that
big
2
hairy
hours.
pussy. Yeah, you sure you were inside of her for 2 hours?
Yes.
You
No,
were.
come on.
He says he was in there, and he knew what time, noon to 2. That's a long time to be.
Yeah,
in.
I said, wow.
Yeah, she must have.
I said, what the?
What was she sore?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't be?
You should have been sore too.
Right.
I did.
I'm surprised you weren't bleeding yourself.
Yeah.
Right. What'd you do? The sheets must have been a mess. Did you clean them up afterwards?
Yes.
What'd you do? Laundry?
Yes.
You put them in the wash?
Yes.
Right.
How many times did you explode?
How many loads? And I don't mean laundry. I can imagine the mess that was in those sheets. Twice, right?
Yes.
2 times, yes. Yes. All right, Robin, you've got enough details.
That's it. I've gotten everything.
If I get one more detail, I'm going to throw up. Well, Pete, you're a player now. You're obviously
You're
in
one
the
of the
game.
boys.
You're one of the boys. Now you can go talk to Benji. He has many girls too, and Fred has one.
That's it.
All right.
He's up on me.
That's right. Well, that's unbelievable. Do you know how long you've been on the show today?
I don't know.
So you have no sense of time.
That's
I know. Right. Well, I imagine you must have had some big load. I mean, you had never released on a woman before. It must have been
No.
huge.
Yes.
A big puddle. My own. All right, Pete. I've had enough of this.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take a
It was
break.
good to see you
It was
again.
good seeing you, and I wish you the best. And wear a condom.
You too.
All right,
Thank you
Pete.
for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. All right. It's always hard to end with him.
I think we better just go to a break.
High Pitch wants to say something.
Oh, dear.
What is it, High Pitch?
Hi, my name is Margie.
Oh, it's not High Pitch. It's Margie.
You get me all moist.
Oh, hi, Margie.
Margie likes you.
This is Margie. She wants to go out with you.
My tit nipples are hard as hell.
Your what?
My dingle balls are wet and hot for you.
Oh, this is another girl. Do you like her?
I don't know.
You don't know. Say
I'm
something.
looking for someone to power wash my vagina.
Do you want to power wash her vagina?
Not really.
Not really. All right.
Not really, though.
Margie, I guess you're not his type.
Margie, listen. Describe what you look like.
My vagina smells like a pile of horse manure.
Well, he's used to that.
I know that way.
Margie, what do you look like?
I can't bend over anymore. I'm looking for someone to come to my house and wipe my ass. I take a dump, and I'm all laid up with the gout.
Would you wipe her ass when she takes the dump?
Gout.
Do you have gout, Margie?
I'm rubbing my chore-cha, thinking of you.
What?
I'm rubbing my chore-cha, thinking of you.
Oh.
You're rubbing your cho-cha?
I'm just looking for someone to come over here to give me a good reaming.
Do you want to ream her?
Oh, no, maybe.
She wants your tongue up her ass.
You're
not interested?
Not interested at all.
Sorry, Margie. All right, I think Margie's gone. Margie?
I'm just looking for someone to come over here to give me a good reaming.
Yeah, I know. We heard that.
I can't reach it anymore.
All right, thank you. All right. It's enough of her.
She's a mess.
She's not really that hot. I've seen her. You don't want her, trust me.
No.
All right. Well, there you go. And good luck with this. If we can get Retarded Bachelor, I'll get in touch with you.
Okay.
All right. Very good. All right. Robin, I'm going to take a break, and
All
we'll be
right.
back. And thank you, Asian Pete.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And Margie, I don't know who you are.
But you ought to straighten your life out.
I think you're one of those girls with a penis. And be careful of that out there, Pete.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you can get fooled. Nowadays, some of them look very, very realistic.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back right after this.
How'd it go, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, so Howard might have found a new girlfriend for you, Wendy.
Yeah.
What'd you think of her, man?
But I need to meet her first.
Oh, you want to meet her first?
Uh-huh. Before I say anything.
Well, because if she's ugly, you might not want to go out with her, right?
Maybe.
But what do you think about her personality on the phone?
Good.
So it was a little hard for you and Howard to communicate. Why is that?
Because I got responsibility.
But you guys he kind of got what you were saying, right?
Yes.
But it's cool. You got some money, right?
Yes.
What are you gonna do with that?
I save half for me and half for my girlfriend.
You're gonna give half to your girlfriend?
Yes.
Really? Why?
Because she has been around to me.
And how do you think she feels about you talking about this on the radio?
I have permission already. She said she don't care.
All right, cool. So you're not gonna get in trouble.
No.
And then what was Howard saying about the condoms? You're gonna start using them, right?
Yeah, of course. I was stupid when I just sick.
So that's taking a big risk.
Yeah, that is a big risk.
Now you realize what you have to do.
Yes.
All right, man.
Very good. You
What,
got a good shot of that thin, svelte body.
You're looking good. You lost some weight, huh?
Yeah, so am I following you?
Yeah, you are. So what's new, man?
Nothing.
What are you gonna be talking about today?
I'm talking about the fact that I'm on the season finale called The Maltese Job of the TV show Leverage that's on TNT, created by John Rogers, who wrote the Transformers, and produced by my friend Paul Bernard. And the executive producer is Dean Devlin, who did Independence Day and The Patriot. And I don't have a big role, but it's a fun role. And it's fun to have something nice on TV to promote. And I'm now the spokesman for the Hoboken International Film Festival, so I might mention that. And I got something exciting going on that's going to surprise a lot of people, I hope. That's a big secret, which is fun.
Do you have a big announcement today?
No, it's not. I have no announcement. I just have an announcement that I'm going to have an announcement. Which, of course, is probably a lie, and nobody will ever know. I'm also here to say hello and to officially announce that I will be not be asking anyone else from the Howard Stern Show to dinner or lunch in the near future. And I have one filthy joke and one clean joke, and then I'll probably go home and have breakfast.
All right, man. We'll see you in there.
Thank you.
Jackie the Joke Man Martling, you know him, you love him. He spent many years on our show. He's here today. Hey, can anyone tell me what the weather is out there? I'm supposed to go. I have plans with my daughter today.
It's supposed to keep getting worse as the day goes on, but I don't know what it's doing right now. Good morning.
Jackie lost more weight.
What is he doing? Why is he posing?
What are you doing?
He's looking for Fred, but he's going the wrong way.
He's doing a handstand.
Oh, he's doing his. Fred said he wasn't the gymnast he used to be.
He's
he was a gymnast when Teddy Roosevelt was running on San Juan Hill.
Fred said I'm no longer a gymnast. I wanted to prove that I am. And I lost a little weight.
Did you just take the Long Island Expressway in?
No, I stayed over late.
You in the city?
But it's brutal out there. I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
No.
I'll talk to Howard, and he'll
At the
tell
party,
you
he
what
said,
I think.
"Oh, we never go to dinner. We haven't seen you in so long." So I email you. That's that. I don't even know.
Jackie, you don't have the ability. I love you, but you don't have the ability to know when. That's just something people say. Oh, let's get together for dinner. Robin didn't know what to say, so she says,
What are you
let's get
going to
together for
say
dinner.
when somebody confronts you?
But
in the
nobody
middle of a
asked you. You
party?
volunteered it.
Oh, really?
She's a big phony like me.
I know.
We'll say, oh, let's get together
It is
for
a
dinner.
pretty tight contest.
Jackie actually takes it for real when somebody says, hey, let's get together for dinner.
Now, before you go to work on me, I would like to tell you why I'm here. So
Why
I can
are
get out
you
of the way. I have a role in the TV show Leverage.
Which I like.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
Is this where you play Jackie?
No, I am Dutch Holland, the evidence officer, and I would just like to say that, tell you who the guys are. Paul Bernard is the producer, and he's my good friend.
And how
that
many
got me the
lines
role.
do you have?
I'm not going to tell you.
How many scenes do you have?
The evidence officer couldn't have a lot
No,
of
I
lines.
have one scene with
That's what I
very
thought.
beautiful Jerry Ryan.
I have a feeling, and I love
Hold
Jackie,
on, let me say
but
these
I have a
guys-
feeling it's going to be one of these, like a 3-second scene.
The truth of it is, these guys are huge fans. John Rogers, who wrote Transformers, is the writer and creator. He's a huge fan.
Did you
Dean Devlin, listen to this.
Did
He
you
produced-
audition for this?
For 60 years.
No, did you audition for this?
No,
particular?
no.
Yeah,
They have seen my work.
They called Jackie, knowing his
but
work.
Dean Devlin did The Patriot and Independence Day, so these are heavy hitters. He's the executive producer, and
And so you went out there for the day and they shot you.
went to Portland, which is an
Right.
incredible town, and had just a great
Did
time.
they pay you for the day?
I got paid, the whole
Right.
deal. I am a thespian. I'm a thespianic actor.
And you've lost an alarming amount of weight.
What
Plus, some people
happened?
think you look sick.
I don't look sick. Now,
do
see,
you have an
everybody tells me
announcement?
it's the best. I weigh less than high school. I weigh 165. I lost 45 pounds. I feel like $1 million. And Norris tells people I'm dying.
Do you need a
You
liver?
don't have pernicious anemia, do
Yeah,
you?
because the last time we saw a comedian who lost this amount of weight,
was
he
Richard
said he
Pryor.
needed a liver.
That was Bob Schimel. He needs a liver transplant.
You know, I've been telling this story. John Phillips came on the show right after he got his brand new liver. Do you remember?
Papa John Phillips,
Yeah, and he got a liver from a 400-pound black woman. Do you remember that?
Right,
And
who
he
never
said-
had a drink.
Yeah,
Right.
teetotaler.
And he said now his liver's fine, but he felt like making pancakes.
You like that?
I love it.
You like
It's
that.
a great show.
All right. Now, Jackie, I recently went to London.
So it's 10 o'clock, February 17th, TNT.
Okay.
Leverage,
All right.
starring Timothy Hutton. I just wanted to get that out. And I love coming in.
Why
here.
is that important to you to get that out? I mean, really, you're on for a second.
Because I know part of the reason, if not 99% of the reason that they put me on there is so I'd come on,
and
if I
promote.
could come on and
All right.
promote it. And it's a great show.
It is a good
And
show. I
Hutton's a
watched
good
that
guy,
show.
and he laughs at my jokes. So,
Was that your big surprise? Is that the surprise?
well, I got as many surprises as you want. I am now the spokesman for the Hoboken International Film Festival.
I know that. I heard that.
Did you hear that?
Let me ask you something. I went out to lunch with you. There's a couple of things on the table. And you came to me, and you were very honest. You
It was
said,
dinner, and I would like to say I had a
Dinner,
wonderful
right.
time.
and you said, and I did too.
And
you,
I apologize if I said something anti-Semitic, which is
Oh yeah, that's the other thing, Jack.
that's so ridiculous.
Jack, can I just explain something to you? You're not Jewish, all right? But
You don't know that.
let me just say something.
I'm related
No,
to Teddy Roosevelt, who was a Roosevelt in Holland, and they were Jewish.
All right, Jackie, when you sit down with a guy, and you go, "Hey, you Jew bastard!"
That's
I know
not
you want
what,
it.
right away. He
What did you
walked
say?
in right at 1 second to 12, and I said, "Oh, I thought you were going to stand me up, you Jew bastard."
Yeah. Well, okay. Sorry.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Much different.
In other words, what
You
goes
look
through
good, Quivers.
what goes through the
thank you.
mind of somebody who's Jewish? Oh, I haven't seen Jackie in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I just said I
Immediately-
apologize.
Did you hug
But wait a
and
second.
forget I'm a Jew for a minute?
I'm explaining. Yeah, like if that's the thing that defines me to you, which I know it does, because whenever you get angry right away, it's like that Jew didn't get me champagne, that Jew didn't get me,
Jew.
Yeah.
It's 25. Isn't there
You really think it would have been a good idea for me to give an alcoholic? Do you think it would have been a good idea for me to give an alcoholic more champagne on fucking New Year's Eve when you're supposed to be working?
I think that was a great thing that you did.
Right, you're goddamn right. It was.
Now you.
That's like me giving a bag of heroin to Artie. I mean, gee, here, Artie, here's your bag of heroin. Go kill yourself. But anyway, look, I'm just explaining life.
It's
to
nice
you.
to see you.
Nice to see you too. But no one ever explained life to you. The way to endear yourself to somebody
Is to
especially-
not call them a Jew bastard when
Right.
there's a chance they're going to buy you lunch.
But it's just like even if it's joking around and you want to endear yourself and you're showing some sort of intimacy between us, it's like, well, it's the first thing out of your mouth.
I will tell you that I didn't even know I said that. So
I know you
apologize.
don't.
Because
But I'm
there's
telling
no
you in the
meaning to
future.
it.
No, there is meaning to the person you're saying it to. To you, there's no meaning because it doesn't mean anything to you. But if you're somebody who grew up hearing Jew bastard every 2 fucking minutes and people
Well, I
pounding
can't
on you-
control what your parents said, do you?
All right, listen to me. All right,
I have
let's
a new
move on.
joke if you'd like to hear it.
Sure, go ahead. Here's Jackie doing what he does best. He's going to tell everyone a joke now.
All right. So this is for you, Robin. So a guy's got a girlfriend with a small apartment, so she has a small couch, and she has a cat. And every time he goes over there, if he wants to sit down on the couch, he's got to move the cat because it's a small couch. The cat's on the couch. So he's always shooing the couch, shooing the cat, so it drives him crazy. One day he goes over there, and she's not there. He takes the cat, drives it 10 miles away, lets it out of the car, and comes back. And when he gets back to her apartment, he walks in the apartment, and the cat's on the couch. Okay.
All right.
Drives him crazy. So a couple of days later, he goes over, she's not there. He takes the cat. He drives 20 miles away, lets the cat out, gets back to her apartment.
Cat's there.
Cat's on the couch. Yeah. A couple days later, she's not there. He takes the cat, drives 100 miles over a couple rivers, goes into a city, goes down 5 blocks, turns left, goes another 10 blocks, goes left, throws the cat out the window, turns around and zooms back.
All right.
Hour and a half later, he calls his girlfriend. He says, "Is the cat there?" She says, "Yeah, he's on the couch." He says, "Put him on the phone. I'm lost."
Was he Jewish?
He's a Jewish guy. He's a Jew.
You're a bastard. All right,
I
listen
got
to
one
me.
more.
All right, one more. Go ahead, Robin. He's on a roll.
Guy's got a mask and a gun. He goes into a sperm bank. The girl says, "No, it's a sperm bank, not a regular bank." He says, "I know what it is. Take out one of those bottles." She reaches in the refrigerator, takes out a bottle. She says, "Take off the cap." She takes off the cap. He says, "I drink it." She drinks it. He takes off the mask. It's her husband. He says, "See, it ain't so bad."
Let me ask you something about those jokes.
Don't interrupt my
No, that's
laugh.
good.
She's laughing.
No, you're laughing. Don't interrupt my laughing.
Paul
Jack.
Bernard, Dean Devlin, John Rogers, Leverage.
No, come on, Jackie, stop with the plugs for a second. I'll get to it.
And I have a big secret that I can't tell anybody.
So why are you telling us that?
Because I don't have anything.
You're in NAMBLA.
Can I?
That's more than
When
he
you
talks.
have those, I always wanted to ask you. When
Now,
you have these
I have to
jokes,
start listening to this show
Right.
because the reason I never listened to it was because I'm not up in the morning, and nowadays
it's on all day.
So
Right.
when I was saying that last
Jackie.
night to Ian, I'm like,
Jackie, slow down for a second.
I'm
The
having
jokes,
fun.
the two
Sorry.
jokes you just told. Now, I never understood. Do you write those jokes, or do you hear
they're
them from someone else?
classic old jokes.
These are classical
That's
jokes.
what I've been doing my entire life.
But do you ever write the jokes?
Sometimes I wrote what I handed to you.
Yes,
you know.
but I'm saying, do you ever write the jokes
Yeah, but not the
for the stage act?
lines. I
Right.
write lines and one-liners and
Right.
stuff like that. But the actual old jokes, in fact, we're thinking of trying to make a movie about it because nobody knows where any of the jokes come from. No comedians.
And you want
no,
to trace the genealogy of the jokes.
because you know what it is? Adam and Eve farted, shit, pissed, came, did all that stuff, and ever since the beginning of time, people have been doing the same bodily functions and making jokes about it.
Do you think,
that we
Robin, people in the movies want to see a movie about where the jokes came from? Does anyone care?
A documentary
A documentary
of the origin
yes.
of the joke.
Jackie is pitching this now. He's ready to produce
No,
this.
I didn't pitch it yet.
What do you think?
Wait, I hear
Well,
a phone
they
call.
did that other one where
Aristocrats.
They just,
Right, okay, all
and
right.
Jackie was in that. Jackie was tan and looking beautiful in that movie.
Right. Do you think Jackie looks
Wait a
bad?
minute, wait, what? Really?
Do you think
Yeah,
Jackie
yeah,
looks
I said,
bad today?
Jackie looked well rested in that movie.
How does he look today?
How
Be
do I
honest.
look today? Tell the truth.
Well, you must not have been getting any sun.
I'm
know
tan
how-
from walking on the beach. I'm not as tan as you.
No, but you don't. Your
Do you think
skin
Jackie?
color
Do you know how
doesn't
old
look
Jackie
good.
is? Jackie's birthday is February 14th.
Yes, and
47.
Jackie will be
Right. Do you know how old?
70. No.
No. How old? How old do you think Jackie's going to be? I know.
What will he be?
I know the
You
answer.
don't pretend you don't know. You know.
What? You think I sit around thinking about your age?
He does think that. How old is
Come
Jackie?
give me a kiss.
Oh,
I never kissed her.
She doesn't want to kiss
She
you.
wants a kiss. You got a boyfriend?
Look, I said to
She got a
myself
boyfriend?
the other day
No one knows.
that Jackie has, he's one of those people with a license to molest.
Right.
Because you'd never get upset with him as he's feeling you up when you see him in the hall.
How old is Jackie? The answer is
62.
that's right. He's going to be 62.
Oh, not yet.
Bullshit, man.
Well, on your birthday.
Yeah, on your birthday.
On my birthday.
All right, so you and I had a
When did
lunch.
I become 62, Howard?
It's hard to believe such a young guy became so old.
You're right on
Such
my
a
heels.
kid.
Jackie, first of all, at 62, how do you feel?
I feel so good.
Are you getting it up?
Not right this second.
No, but you're getting it up.
Knock on wood, that has never been I'm so worried that one day it's just not going to work, but it works.
Now, I heard a horrible rumor. Tell me if it's true.
It is.
It is. Jackie, I went to lunch with him. We had a nice discussion about how happy he is. He's in love.
Yes.
He had a great girl. He
Yes.
loves this girl, blah, 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 blah. And she lived far away. She's moving in with him on
No,
the
we
beach, the
broke
whole
up.
thing. She moved in. What did you do to blow this?
It just,
You're difficult.
How long had you been
I am
together?
difficult.
Yeah.
But
How
long had
dare you?
No, how long had you been together before you moved in? That's what I wanted to know.
Oh, well, I'd known the girl for a long time,
A long time. And he was
Well,
in
you
love.
hear about people that live together for 7 years and then get married.
But Jackie,
there's
be honest.
no-
What went wrong?
I'm not talking about it.
What?
I don't want to talk about it. That's my girlfriend. And
What did you
we
do?
Broke up.
When did you break up?
4 months ago, 6 months. We had just broken up before the party.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, I was wondering why you didn't bring her.
Yeah, so.
But then why did, when we went to lunch, you were acting like...
Everything was fine?
That's not what I want,
But why wouldn't you tell me that?
Because
Why would you lie and say that it's great?
That's a...
Wait a second. Let him answer the question.
You just don't want to talk about that. You
Yeah,
don't talk
but
about
just,
it.
why didn't you just say we broke up, but I don't
see
want to
you
talk
all the
about
time.
it?
I don't want to spend, X amount of time like,
But you were in love. You asked her to move in. How long had she lived with you, and then she realized you weren't the man for her, or did you get not real? Did you break up with her?
We just when it just wasn't right. That's all.
Did you have to give her?
Do you think it was?
Happen with
You mean when you moved in, you realized it because you spent more time together, and as you spent more time together, you realized.
it wasn't going to
I
be
think
that
you hit
bad.
the nail on the head when
All
you
right.
said I'm difficult.
Oh, so you weren't into her.
I'm saving myself for quivers, but it's not.
What happened? What happened? What went wrong? I thought this was it. I mean, you're a little too old to be doing it.
Listen, since I left the show and broke up with Nancy, I've had, a bunch of girlfriends, and it's all great, and then it isn't. It's all great. You know what I'm talking about.
Is it you? Like, did this one break up with you, or did you break up with her?
To give you an indication, at one point we were going shopping, and as we were walking through the door of the Petco, I turned to her and I said, "Did I ever tell you?" And she said, "Yes."
Oh.
I never shut up. I had one girlfriend.
So did she say to you, Jackie, look, it's not working?
Yeah. And we still pals.
Are you-
I had one girlfriend in the mid 2000s or whatever it is who said, "Listen, every time you go to tell me a story, don't. Just tell me every third one." Because I
well,
never
there are
shut.
people who. But are you hurting inside from this? I mean, it sounds like you were in love and she kind of said it and it broke your heart.
Yeah, but I'm still, the truth, I'm still hurting from everything. I'm still hurting from my 7th grade girlfriend a little bit. I'm.
Are you in the market for a girlfriend? Are you looking for someone currently?
What do you got?
No, seriously, are you? Are you dating anyone?
I'm dating.
You're dating?
Yeah,
Where are you meeting these? How old was this girl?
I don't. She was 40. I meet people of all ages, and there's a lot of.
You're 62 and she's 40. You're doing all right.
There's a lot of really nice girls. You know the problem, and I'm sure you know this, Robin, is when you get older, when you meet somebody, you rule them out. So within 10 seconds, you're like, "What am I going to do? Go to dinner? Go out with this person? Have sex with this person?" And
Yeah.
I know right now that there's nothing, but you wind up ruling everybody. Not that I'm in such.
Would you date a woman your age?
If she could stand up, yeah.
Would you date a 62-year-old?
I see these old broads and I go, "Look at that old broad," and then I go, "Jesus Christ, I'm probably 10 years older than her."
It's hard.
Yeah, 62.
Are you lonely?
I'm just finding out how old 62 is.
Right. Are you lonely?
No, I am at the end of the day, but I get, so many friends that I really like my stupid life.
Right.
And I love doing this show. I explained to you, I left the show. I knew I had to get divorced. I knew I had to quit drinking. I didn't think I was going to walk out of here and go.
I told you he was getting a divorce.
Yeah, but he never indicated that he knew he was getting a divorce when he left
I
the
knew
show.
it. Remember we took a vote who was going to be divorced next?
Of course, we
And
always
I said it's Jackie.
that. But I didn't know he knew his marriage was in trouble when he was leaving.
Hey, I
was in the Atlantic City, and I saw the announcement on Fox News that Stern is splitting with his wife. It's not like we're all fourth. That's all you got to do. Hey, I got an announcement.
You know when I knew
might
they
be
were in
getting
trouble?
divorced.
I would go over there. I knew Nancy wanted me.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when I knew.
That was the problem.
I never fucked her because Jackie's my friend.
Well, because I had the class to not fuck Alice.
That's right. So so we never. Jackie. So when we had our lunch,
and Sirianni's still my good friend. She's such a good kid. She's
really
is
wonderful. Hardly a kid.
Jackie. Oh, how?
No, she's got older. We're not kids anymore, Jackie.
Let me finish. So I just want to tell you, when I left the show, it wasn't because I thought I was going to go out and knock home runs out of the park anywhere. I had to do what I had to do for my life to
but
get my life
you always
together.
said you said if I'm not on the show, I'm going to punch up scripts. How many scripts have you punched up?
You don't want to hear the truth?
The truth is zero.
I punched up. They sent me Paris Hilton's Pledge This that was already done, and they asked me, "Could you punch this up after the fact?" And I'm like, "Well, how do you?" It could only be something that somebody says off camera or a chyron. I still don't know if they ever used any of it. Everybody got sued over the movie, and I made $10,000, and I still don't know what happened.
Wow.
And that is my total punching up.
When you say that, I kind of heard some of Joke Hunt, and on Joke Hunt you said, "Look, I don't even know if I would. I don't think I'd ever go back on the show." I believe you'd go back in a minute. If you were offered your big salary with all your trimmings and all the big club dates, I believe you'd be back here in a minute.
You give me the deal that I walked away from.
You're here.
I'll start tomorrow, and Robin and Fred will leave. The reason Gary said,
Robin
hey,
and Fred will not work with you. If I can be honest, I put it out there. I said, listen. I even said, look, Artie's not here.
It's a built-in fail-safe.
First of all, let me say this. I was shocked that he was open to this idea.
That's right. I was actually considering having you in for even a week to just see if the chemistry was still there. And I turned to Robin and Fred, and I said, quite frankly, I'm having this thought. Maybe I'm crazy because Jackie's the biggest fucking pain in the ass on the planet. And Jackie's and we're doing
Everybody
great
told me
him.
this was a ploy by you to get Fred to talk.
It worked. He's talking up a storm.
He got verbose.
He was Herman Munster for an hour yesterday.
Gary said to me,
But
how
listen,
come you honored everybody on the show except me? And I said, no, I didn't honor anybody. Everybody said Fred and Robin are against
Robin
you ever
and
coming
Fred-
in. So I did the show last night, the Fred and Robin show.
I'm going to be honest with you. 90% of the emails said, if you have Jackie back, we're not listening anymore. That they didn't want you. They feel that you were a pain in
And the
the
other
ass.
10 emails were all from Jokeland.
Right. But Robin and Fred were the most... they weren't vicious. They were just honest.
But this is
They
what
said,
people...
look, we're not working with Jackie.
And, people like to tell you that stuff. So I really did get, I would say, 20 emails saying, why
do
did
you
Robin
feel
hate
about
you? Why
that?
does Fred hate you? Blah, blah, blah.
Fred, do you want to ask why you can't come back? And you want to ask Fred and Robin, or do you not?
Well, the
even?
truth of it is, that would make the show, that's what made the show. So the fact
you
that
feel you coming back would make the show because
it would make that'd be good for the show. The fact that they would loathe the fact that I was
who
there.
wouldn't want to have the guy back on who invented the terms oral and anal?
Right.
That's all I'm going to say.
That is a true story.
Jackie, that's the most absurd.
Guy.
That's the most absurd story I've ever
The
heard.
Louis Pasteur.
I credit you with a lot, but I don't credit you with
the Thomas Edison.
You came up with the word oral and anal?
No. It's not credit is not the word. The point is, do you remember Tom Cisano used to bleep you every 2 seconds?
Right.
And you made him write down everything that he bleeped.
Right.
And he bleeped oral sex and he bleeped anal sex, which made no sense to bleep.
So if we
Because
took
it's
away
not
the word
dirty.
sex, he was okay with
And
it.
we took out the word
But he
so
invented that.
I started writing anal and oral without the word sex.
Oh.
And if you go back in time, you will not find that used without the word sex
Robin,
after it. I'm telling
You're
you.
looking. Well, how could you say no to the inventor of oral and anal? Robin, do you want to explain to Jackie to his face why he's not allowed back?
He explained it perfectly himself. He said it would be miserable working here if he was here.
No, the truth
That's
of it
what
is,
you said. You
the
said
truth of it is,
if we were miserable while he was sitting there, it would
But
make
Jackie,
the show.
you know what?
Robin
It
and Fred
probably
had a
would-
vacation for
Exactly why I don't want.
For 8 years, Robin hasn't had to hear "Ooh," when she's in the middle of a.
I hear much worse now.
And
Trust me.
Fred hasn't had
You
to
haven't heard
hear
the show.
Martian or any of that stuff, and I always broke balls. And
See, but are you needed here?
I don't
because
mind your breaking
No, I don't-
but Jackie,
I'm sure I'm not
are you
needed
needed
here.
because we can say oral sex here? We say oral sex.
I know.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
so we don't need a guy to invent oral. But Jackie, no, you see, I
Well,
had
maybe
this
he
thought.
could invent something that goes beyond oral sex.
I always thought you were terrific on the show and a great contributor. But my problem with you was, you always wanted to open up the books. You wanted more. Every minute was a negotiation. You were a very disgruntled guy.
Well, I'm ready to negotiate now.
Right. Yeah. You're much. Are you a humble guy? In other words,
I
it would
couldn't be more
probably.
humble. I know how hard it is out there. I'm lucky. I came here today for the free food.
Right. I mean, you now see you had a good deal there. You did.
Howard,
You loved it.
No,
you walked
fooling
away
around.
at the
I
wrong
loved
time.
my job.
Now, Robin,
I loved
he's
No, you
telling
didn't. I remember coming back from Vegas. You talk about this all the time. We're on, a private jet. We just had a great time, great week of shows. Red carpet rolled out for us everywhere. And Jackie, you said to Jackie, isn't this the greatest?
Yeah.
You want to give this up?
And
That's
I
what I
said,
said.
are you going to tell me I said, no, this isn't the greatest?
You said it's great, but you know what? I don't care.
I can do other things.
I can do other
because that
things.
was when I knew I was leaving.
That's right.
Oh.
That's my point.
I saw you committing career suicide, and I felt bad for you.
I did what I had to do. I loved the show. I didn't leave under
What
any
did you
animosity.
have to do that you couldn't do while you were here?
He claims he couldn't get off alcohol if he was here.
You know what it is?
Well, then we can't hire you. You'll go back on it.
Oh, that's why I went on. So,
Would you go back to alcohol if you were here, you think?
you know what? It's so. I don't think about booze. If anybody ever told me, of all the things in my life, I got plenty of craziness, and I'm having fun doing this, and this falls through, but it's all goof. It's show.
But you
it's
still smoke
nutty.
pot.
And I still smoke pot, but I don't think about drinking. Like I went to a party last night, and the whole place is, mired in alcohol, and I don't think about it. And
That's
I don't
amazing.
know why. I would have never thought.
You didn't go to rehab?
No, when I first quit drinking, I thought, well, this is simple. I'll just stay home. And then I said, well, I can't stay home. And I just started going to bars and drinking a Diet Coke, and nobody cares if you're drinking, and it's amazing because I always thought if you went into a bar and you weren't drinking, people go, get out of here, you imposter. What are you doing?
Right.
Nobody cares what anybody else is doing.
No.
They only care about themselves.
Right. Well,
At least me.
that is an amazing story that he doesn't crave alcohol, and he's told me that in private as well.
Wow.
So, Jackie, you announced to me at lunch the other day, you were very sincere. You said, look, Howard, I've learned I love radio now. I love having my own show and being the host. And you broke the news to me very gently that while I have you now exclusively on Howard 101.
I hear so. The honest truth is, the whole time we sat...
Let me finish.
The whole time I sat next to you, I never had any desire to be you because what you do is so difficult. And I give you more credit than anybody in the world, like how difficult it is. But I've found that I enjoy sitting back there, and I would like to do more if I could. That's all. And I thought I should
you were very
tell
gracious. You came to me and you said, listen, Howard, I am going to tell you right now, I love being on Howard 101, but I am actively pursuing my radio career now. And if I get a job on terrestrial radio full-time, I'm taking it. And if I get a job on other channels on Sirius, I'm taking it.
I wasn't saying it like they were beating down my door. I know.
I want to know, how is the search going and who has contacted you so far for this radio show?
I have a lot of phone calls to return, except it's snowing.
Right. So it's not going well.
No.
In other words, we still have you exclusively.
You haven't stepped out on us
yet?
So
far, I'm stuck right where I am.
Let me tell you what I said to Robin.
I do love it, and it is fun.
You got to understand something.
And I love the joke hunt, and I appreciate that, and you know I do.
Doing the radio on Sirius is one thing. There's no pressure. Nobody cares if you get ratings. Nobody cares if you get this. When you go on terrestrial radio and you have to get ratings, I don't have to tell you. It's a different pressure.
Oh, I'm sure it's impossible.
Exactly.
I understand it.
That's
But
what I'm
I
saying.
didn't want to, if the opportunity arose and I got
You
lucky.
wanted me to know.
I didn't want you to get pissed
I can't
off.
believe no one is taking you up on that. I'm even announcing now, if there's anybody out there who will take Jackie's show for any
Whether
hours,
it be in the Sirius universe or outside.
or outside, please contact Jackie.
I have an acting career going. I'm on Leverage. February 17th at 10 p.m. Thanks to
Talking
Paul
about your
Bernard,
acting career.
John Rogers,
all right,
Dean Devlin.
let me talk to you about your
I
acting
feel like
career.
Rip Taylor. Remember, he used to come in and go through all those names.
Which is seltzer bottle. Let me talk to you
He
about...
put his hand down Ricky Schroeder's pants on the air. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, my
Who
God.
could blame him? Ricky Schroeder's hot.
He's not bad.
All right. Let me talk to you about something that happened with your acting experience. And a lot of people don't know about this. You appeared in a movie, and let me refer to my notes because I don't remember it.
You know, I've been in a dozen movies, and you have one clip of one movie.
No, not that. I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
Give me a chance.
Wait.
You're on
I
the
don't trust
defensive
him.
every minute.
Give Rodney a chance.
Jackie was cast in a low-budget movie called Killer Hoo-Ha.
Do you remember that?
Do you remember Killer Hoo-Ha?
You know, this guy's still looking for.
Listen to me.
Looking to get his name said on the radio. I'm not going to address this.
No, you were going to address it now. I want to know if it's true or not.
What's the deal?
According to the film's producer, Sean Pomper, Jackie found out Richard Christie was cast in the same movie, and he went ballistic and refused to appear in the film if Richard was in it.
This is patently untrue. I emailed Richard. I talked to him about it. I talked to him about it at the party. This is totally settled.
This guy
It's completely going away.
guy claims you're lying. He claims you're lying. Here he is. Sean Pomper, Jackie. Take it up with him. Sean, Jackie says you're lying. He never dropped out of your film because Richard Christie was in it.
I dropped out of the film because you changed the deal a million times.
Sean, defend yourself.
Hey, guys. Hey, Jackie. How are you?
John, do you want to come in here and deal with this guy?
You know, I love Jackie. You know, Howard, I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. I wanted to work with him more than anything in the world. How messed up and how crappy the film got, I still want to work with Jackie right now. And
what made you think that Jackie left your film because of Richard Christie? Why do you think that? What led you to believe that Jackie would leave your film because of Richard Christie?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
He wants to be on the air and do what he's doing right now. That's the bottom line of it, Howard.
So he has no real beef.
That's the bottom line, Jackie.
But he did get me a gig on Leverage.
Jackie.
What is it, Will?
Being on the air.
What is it, Will?
This guy told me a completely different story.
What did he
yesterday
tell
when I
you?
talked to him. He said that Jackie found out that Richard was going to be in it and went ballistic, like it says in the notes. That he was upset because there's something to do with the horror company.
Yeah. So in other words, now Sean gets on the air and he has a different story.
Yeah, it's being completely different. Well, he told me he's worried Jackie's going to sue him.
Oh, I see.
You know how?
Well,
I do
Sean.
that
Okay, thank you for your call.
Okay.
Seems like you're telling the truth, Jackie. Once again.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have
We've
guessed?
caught you in the truth twice now.
All right, so joke man, let's sum this up.
Let me say one more thing.
Go
February 20th, there's a new comedy club on Staten Island. The guys from Ferraris, my friend Dino Ibelli's got a new club, 400 seats. I think all you guys have worked it, and it's a great club. So that's February 20th.
And you will be
and
there.
I expect Robin to be there.
Why would I be there?
I have no idea.
She knows you're acting. See Jackie Martling on the season finale of Leverage.
The season finale, Howard.
Next Wednesday night at 10 o'clock on
Could be
TNT.
the series finale.
Are you in a scene with Timothy Hutton, the star?
No, I'm in a scene with Jerry Ryan, who is very beautiful.
Beautiful.
I'm the evidence officer. Hopefully, a recurring role.
Really?
Robin.
Oh, that'd
I
be
hope
great.
you shine in this role.
We're pulling for you, whether you get a radio show or a recurring role. I mean, no one here's against you, Jackie.
I
Stop
know
it.
that.
I would
Cut it out.
I would prefer you to be on Leverage than this show.
Right. You don't want him here. Robin, do you want to tell Jackie to his face why you don't want him on the show?
Told
You did.
him.
Fred,
No,
do you want to?
You know what?
Wait, one at a time. One at a time.
He made it an uncomfortable, hostile environment. He made us constantly consider whether everything was okay with him.
Right.
We worked very hard. All of us worked very hard to make this a good show. We loved Jackie's contribution, and he made it very difficult for us to have him here.
That's true, Jack. I have to agree with her. Go ahead, JD.
There was an observation I had. I don't know if this had. I don't know. Robin, instead of walking out of this door where the green room is, where Jackie was, she walked out of this door.
Because I did not want to see him before we went on the air.
Oh. By the way, Beth and I had a son. That's our son, JD. I don't know if you know
Hi,
that.
JD.
Yeah. Hello, boy. That's a good boy.
Now,
Went horribly wrong.
To completely flip it, everybody said that talks to me said one of the favorite things was when you and I used to lock horns on the air. That was great radio. You have no animosity towards me in real life, do you?
No, absolutely not. Just before you walked into this room, I said, I do. I love you. We had great times together off the air.
I love Jackie.
We had great times. You didn't have a great time on the air, really?
Well, Jackie,
talk about lying.
No, she's talking about behind the scenes.
I'm talking
You'd
about
make me miserable, and then I'd go to Robin,
was.
and then I'd make Robin miserable. And Robin has said to me, why would you want to be miserable again with Jackie? And I said, you're right.
And that's all I can
Yeah.
think of is that you have no idea how light this place got after you left.
It's true. Fred,
you know,
what's
it's
your
kind
problem?
of flattering to think I have that kind of wield that kind of power.
You see that as a compliment.
You think that's great?
Fred, what about you?
You know
don't
what? I might have changed my mind on having Jackie back, and I'll tell you why. I think Jackie should come back, and he should be drinking on the air. For the entire show, we put a case of beer right next to him, have him finish off the case, we pay him in beer.
Jackie, what do you mean you don't miss drinking? I
A
mean,
beer for jokes.
You really have no desire whatsoever, because you loved it. Everything was
you
more
sang
fun.
songs about beer.
Maybe
You waxed poetic.
Maybe I did something to convince myself. I just know it was a choice that I had to make. I
Amazing.
really had to make it.
Never fell off the wagon all the time.
One time,
Right.
after I'd been sober for a couple of years, I went to a New Year's Eve party, and there was a really nice girl standing there with huge cleavage, and some guy, you know, everybody's loaded as hell, poured a glass of wine down her cleavage, and without even thinking, I stuck my face between her and, you know, not on her boobs, but between her boobs, and licked it, but not because I was diving at the wine. I was just being my jerky self, and that was something I would do, and it was like, whoa! And every cell in my body was like, hey, party's on! You know.
But then you resisted.
Did you not drink another drink after that?
No, that was my last drink. You know what? You know what? And a couple times. There's been times when I've been at a bar and somebody's gotten me a Diet Coke and got somebody else a rum and Coke or something and handed me the wrong one, and I've taken a sip and like, whoa.
So I guess you're not an alcoholic.
You know,
He's not. I never thought he was. I told Nancy
I know,
that.
you always said that.
Yeah. I'm sorry about you and your girlfriend, too. You had the look of love when I saw you.
I will live.
Yeah.
But I'm skinny, I feel good. We'll see
You
what
look
happens.
good.
Well, I love it in here.
So did you lose weight because you have to find a new girl? Is that what's going on?
No, I just started, just in July. In fact, she said to me, your belly's getting big again. And somebody took some video of me coming out of my outdoor shower, and I said, what's he smuggling?
At 62, is your skin all wrinkly now? And
you know what? My belly's got a few of those places like stretch marks.
Let me see that. Pick up your shirt.
No.
Is it that bad?
It's not horrible. But
what happens when you go to because you're on the beach all the time? What when you take your shirt off? Is it embarrassing?
I'm in the water.
No, but I mean when you're walking around on the beach. I mean.
No, well, in the summer I hadn't lost that much weight yet, so it was still fine.
Oh,
Getting old
I don't
sucks.
recall you're ever having that issue.
No, I never did. But Robin, I'm less than high school. I'm 165. I'm a rail.
Jim, go ahead in Raleigh. You're on with Jackie. Go ahead.
Good morning, Howard. Jackie, if you saw Howard, Robin, and Fred drowning, and you could only save two of them, what two would you pick?
Oh, well, obviously, I would pick Howard and Fred because there's no way Robin's going to drown with those cans.
But frankly, you'd only probably save one. And we'd say, Jackie, you could save two. That's all right.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Could either save Howard or Fred or both of Robin's breasts.
By the way, I got to say, Sour Shoes does the best Jackie impression I ever heard. In fact, here he is, but...
Oh, I want to say and I have a manager now, John Starback, who's a great guy, and he's doing wonderful things for me, and that's...
You're the only guy I know who promotes his manager.
Well, I wanted to say his name because he's a great guy.
All right. Here, listen to this. This is Sour Shoes. They called him up and they said, do an impression of Gary. And then he's broke into Jackie and Gary.
Really?
And listen, I thought it was pretty...
They're talking to each other.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
Hey, you big Jew bastard. Hey, Howard, do you remember those jokes when we went out to lunch? I put them on a napkin. Do you still have that there? I want to use them for my Grossmaster 4.
Hey, Howard, I got to tell you. Hey, Jackie, the guys in the back loaded it up on JD Page Show and Blue. JD, did you get those? Oh, I didn't think they were funny.
He's got a certain ability. I think his Jackie is pretty good.
His Jackie's really good, but his Pharrell is his best.
Yeah, it's Sour Shoes.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, you do a great Jackie.
What was the second? Was the second voice supposed to be Gary?
Yeah,
but he didn't do it as well.
He didn't do it as well there, but...
Right, because in the back, the guys are trying to get this one up. They're doing Steve Miller Band and Jackie together. You want to hear that?
Yeah, he's got that.
Oh, now that sounded like Gary.
Yeah, that was better.
Right,
let me talk to Jackie for a second. Jackie, hi.
Hey, you big Jew bastard.
And by the way, his Pharrell is the best. His Scotty Pharrell is dead on. Go ahead.
Hey, what did the Polish wife say to her husband?
What?
Why don't we send the kids out to play P-L-A-Y while we fuck? I want you to come out to Ferraris in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Can I speak to Scott Pharrell for a second?
Hey, Jackie was on fire last week. Hey, bro.
Hey, bro. What do you got on the show tonight?
I got two hookers coming on with 2 bags of weed. Hey, it's Chris Russo. Hey, Russo, you're a homo. Howard, why do you always play? Oh, hey, how are you, pal? Your Russo sounds like Jackie. It's like a mix. We're going to be covering some hockey.
That's the best one.
That's pretty good.
I like Pharrell. He's a good guy.
And your Jackie is his Jackie is very good. He even hey, Sour Shoes, do you do a JD?
I
What the hell is that? Calm down and do JD.
Maybe we can go for Coke or alcohol.
Do you do Tracy Millman?
Hi, it's Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Douche.
What are you calling me? What are you calling me?
Because my interns hate logging Jackie's show. It's the most fucking boringest show.
So let me understand something. Your interns are hired and they have to log Jackie's show?
Yeah.
And they hate it.
Hold on, Ross is IMing me right now. Hold on.
Okay. But that's pretty good.
I'm back.
Hey, he's got a talent.
He's great.
Who is the guy?
He sits in his
Sour Shoes.
He's in his 30s and he sits. You've met him on the street.
Hey, what's up, Jackie? It's Artie. I remember seeing you at Bananas. Howard the guy killed.
All right, that's a little
Not
weird.
good.
Not this time, I know. Sorry about that. Real quick.
Maybe that's depressed Artie. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, thank you, Sour Shoes. Let's go to Marianne from Brooklyn. Marianne from Brooklyn, quickly to Jackie Martin.
Jackie, your claim to fame was drinking because right before you left Terrestrial with Howard, the song that won the song parody contest was Jackie is a Drunk. Don't you remember?
I think Marianne's advocating that Jackie go back to drinking. I've never seen more unsupported people. High pitch,
I've never
Eric.
seen people advocating
It's like
people
cheerleading.
to drink.
High pitch, go ahead.
So I can make people happy by
Jackie.
drinking.
Hey, Jackie, go back to joke hunt because that's the only joke that's on Tuesday nights.
Oh,
And
boy.
you suck.
Oh, Eric.
I have a joke.
All right. Okay, listen, you're
You
being
want
very
to hear
rude.
my joke?
No. Couldn't
on.
possibly be. All right, go ahead.
What do the chickens say across the street? Jackie sucks. Jackie sucks.
All right. He's not a fan of yours, Jackie.
I was picking up on that.
All right, Zolar, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, man, you guys have some deep-rooted hate for Jackie.
No. We love Jackie. Jackie is one of those guys.
I honestly
hung
don't
out
think
with.
that. I think you guys love me as much as I love you.
He's just a hard guy to work
And I
with.
will go out to lunch or dinner with you sometime.
you won't.
No, you
Hey, not only that, though.
Oh, I'm officially here to say there will be no more lunch, dinner invitations. I give you all my word.
Thank you.
I have to say, remember the party Jackie threw for my birthday that one year
Yeah.
at his place? That was one of the funniest.
It was the worst
and
party I've
most
ever been to.
fun events because it was so horrible.
Yeah.
It gave us farter for years.
When the clams came out in a garbage pail, that's when I knew I was really partying.
That was Quivers a party, much like Quivers
Hey,
a
Zolar,
life.
Zolar, where you been? I haven't heard from you in years.
Hey, dude, since you went to satellite and I retired from working, I actually catch the replay, and it's hard to call in when it's a replay.
Right. I understand. That makes
But
a lot of
listen,
sense.
Listen, and on the other hand with Jackie, and I love him, and I've been listening since, down in NBC days and all of that, but Jackie is the plug whore of all fucking whores, bro.
I know. I would have done all the plugs for him and made him look good. He always has to do it.
I can't wait.
I know.
Irish John, go ahead quickly.
Hey, Howard, just want to say Jackie is coming off so desperate. He desperately wants to get back on the show. But the truth is he's much better. The show is much better without Jackie. And I think when Artie comes back, you should give him Joke Hunt.
All right, there you go. Give Artie Joke Hunt.
Wow.
Wow. That is...
Jackie loves his Joke Hunt. Don't take that away from him. I mean, you'd have to...
of all the calls were fun, but that was...
Your show's terrible. Nobody listens to it.
Let's go to...
Well, how do you know it's terrible then?
Al, let's go to Al.
Wait. How do you know
hung
it's
up
terrible?
on him.
We're not going to entertain that.
Jackie told me at lunch, everyone loves his new show. Everyone.
See,
and that can't be that someone doesn't like it. Al, go ahead. You're on the air.
Oh, Howard.
Come on, please don't let this guy back on the air, Howard. He's not fun. He's not funny.
You don't
he
want
laughs at his own jokes. I mean, it's fucking pathetic. He's on here practically begging to get back on the show.
Al, you're insane. When you say Jackie, tell him your best joke. Give him a new one. Give him a new one, please. Win him over. You know you live to do that.
No.
Now he's
Win him
not
over.
going to give us
Jackie,
a
you're
joke.
not funny. Come on.
No.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Al.
All right. Let's go to Big Tex. Big Tex, go ahead.
Hi, Howard, Jackie. Listen, Jackie, I wonder why Howard should let you back on the show when you make that movie about that senator calling Howard Stern a prick. Why would you make a movie where Howard is trash that way?
Well, Jackie in that movie, in all his character defends me.
Yeah, thank you, Howard.
That's right. All right, thank you. Let's go to Dave. Dave,
let's not let the
go to
truth
Mike.
get in the way of anything.
Let's go to Mike.
What's up, Military Mike? How you doing, Howard?
Hey, man.
Hey, I think you guys should give Jackie another chance just because...
Give Jackie a chance.
Give Jackie a chance.
Hey, I'm fucking talking. Check it out. I think you should give him another chance because guys like me who never really heard him before, he started off the show with a bang. Why not give him another chance?
All right. And let's go to Frosty. There's a guy who wants to hear Jackie back on the show.
That's 1 out of 11.
That's
right.
one person who's never heard you.
It's a good start. Listen, I took a beating on The View yesterday. Nobody wanted me to take over for Simon Cowell, so yeah, I know how you feel. Frosty, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, you should hire Jackie's co-host, Ian, just to fuck with him.
That's it. I'm going to hire Ian. Jackie will really...
Howard,
what?
Don't forget how much aggravation this fucking guy caused you over the years.
Well, we also had a lot of good times.
Let's ask the question, though, will Jackie be able to work with Benji?
Well, Benji's head writer. You'd have to work under Benji. You know that.
Literally?
Yes. Yep. Benji, right? Benji, you don't want Jackie back. You stole his job, right?
Well, I was for it, but then I found out he's part Jewish, and I thought the show was getting a little too Jewy. So
now there's a good answer.
See, there you go, guys. Guys, right on top of his game.
Jewy.
All right, Jackie, we've gotten an update from you. I'm glad you came in here.
And I hear a resounding, emphatic thing from the listeners, how much they love me. I can't believe
everyone, it sounds like, wants you right back anywhere but here.
Jackie, how'd it go, man?
I don't know. What do you think?
Dude, those callers were rough, man.
What do you expect? Hey. No, it was. I love coming in here. It's great fun.
Every time you come back, it always goes back to, you leaving the show.
The exact same thing. Well, what are we going to talk about? Religion, But it's great fun. And I will be back. One fine day. Thank you. Boy, look at all the tape recorders. That's it? You don't want to ask me nothing? I got to be extemporaneous?
Oh, I'll give you that. And, I realize I'm way into this story. Maybe a lot of people in my audience aren't, but Oprah did a good job with Jay Leno, I have to say.
She did.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I only watched some clips of it. I didn't get to see it.
She did a very good job. Because she let that jerk-off talk, and boy, did he come off bad.
I know that he was sitting there with the Serious J face.
Oh, Serious J. And he just came off so badly.
Well, I know, and people in the press, in those entertainment shows were pointing out his contradictory answers.
Yeah, well, I was watching it, and while I was watching it, my dad actually called me, which is rare, and he said, I just saw Oprah with Jay Leno, and that Jay's some character. What a weasel.
He comes off as a weasel if you look at the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, my dad isn't that judgmental, but my goodness. I mean, here it is. He's on Oprah. Let me see if I can boil it down to a 2-second explanation rather than play you. I could play you a bunch of clips of
I
Jay.
would love to hear. I mean, I'm fascinated with this story, too.
But here's the point. Okay, he comes on, and at first he says he was very upset when NBC told him it would be his last 5 years. NBC fired him.
Yeah.
Essentially. And when you're a wealthy man, like Jay Leno is, you don't have to put up with a lot of horse shit.
Well, that's the whole idea, getting the FU money.
Right. So, okay, he was fired by NBC, which is humiliation. They bring in Conan. And then Jay agrees at some point to go on at 10 o'clock. And then in this timeline that Jay Leno himself is drawing for Oprah, his show fails at 10 o'clock. And they come to him and say, well, Conan's not doing so great. We're going to put you on at 11:30 and put Conan on at 12. And Jay says to NBC executives, is Conan okay with this?
Conan's going to go for this?
Is Conan going to go for this? And they go, yeah, don't worry, Conan will go for it. Conan then, of course, did not go for it.
Like a man.
Right, because, I've been fired many times in my life. And when you get fired, you get pissed, and you go off and you do something else. Jay Leno refuses to leave. He's been fired and humiliated by NBC 2 times now. And what he did was he says to NBC, is Conan okay with it? Conan says, I'm not okay with it. And what does Jay do? Jay takes the job anyway. And for the life of me, this is so obvious that Jay Leno's a desperate, clinging fucknut.
Well, he's like a guy whose wife wants to go, but he won't let her.
Yeah. And he stays in this relationship no matter what they do to him. He's like a battered wife.
He's a cuckold.
He's a cuckold. and then what he does, is he acts shocked. Johnny Carson got thrown out of his position so Jay could take over.
Right.
We've seen this behavior from NBC. Jay Leno's a successful guy. He could go to Fox, he could go to ABC, go anywhere. But he insists on staying at this NBC to the point that he fucks over his supposed friend, Conan O'Brien.
Well, he fucked over Letterman before that.
Yeah. He's just desperate for this job in NBC. And how he doesn't see any of this.
Well, how are you going to see yourself? I mean, he doesn't. The villain never sees himself as a villain.
And he is on this Oprah show trying to, and then he says at one point to Oprah, he goes, and this is such horseshit coming from Jay. He goes, look, I got 184 people that work on The Tonight Show. I don't know the number, something like that. 213 people work on The Tonight Show. And every time Oprah asked him a tough question, he'd go, look, she goes, why do you even want this job? Like, why are you carrying on with this Tonight Show? Why do you want to be the villain? Go do something else. And he goes, well, I've got 184 people who work for me. I'm worried about them. You want to strangle the guy and go, well, you're not worried about Conan's people? What, your people are better than Conan's?
Conan's people need jobs, too.
Right. And you can bring
Conan's got people.
And you can bring your show anywhere and bring all your people with you, you fucker. He's just such a nauseating character. You only hope America rejects him. I actually went on Oprah Online after the interview. Never been on Oprah Online.
To comment?
No. Oprah has a show after the Oprah show where she polls the audience, kind of sits there with the audience and talks about for an hour.
What they just saw?
Yeah, what they just saw. And I watched a few people. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It gets a little boring, but it's tedious. But there was a woman in the audience, the first woman up, who said, I listened to what Jay had to say. He comes off like a douche, and I don't basically agree with him. She didn't say it like that, but she basically said, I think Jay's the villain in this, even after the Oprah interview. And then some other person was like, I don't understand. He's not doing anything wrong. And Oprah was defending him a little bit on this after show, saying, didn't you hear he said he didn't want to leave, and this kind of thing. But the bottom line is, Jay, that's why people are angry at Jay. Now, during the interview with Oprah, Jay said the other night Jimmy Kimmel sucker punched him. Jimmy Kimmel was on Jay's show and did a feature called 10 at 10. And you know about this. Jimmy kind of razzed Jay on it.
Well, he'd been razzing him on his own show.
Right.
And then Jay invited him on The Tonight Show. What did he expect?
And Jimmy got on his own show and gave it to Jay Leno. And I wrote Jimmy a note. And I said, I'm really proud of you, because that was real good stuff. And you got to hear Jay just whining through this interview. And you know that impression I do where you go, but he really does that.
Yeah.
It's not an exaggeration. It's like,
he squeaks like a door that needs oil.
It was kind of a sucker punch. That's what we. At one point, Oprah says, are you hurt by what people are saying about you now? And he goes, well, it's comedians. It's what we do. It doesn't hurt. We're like boxers. We're like, they hit you. The guy gives you a hard punch. You take it. It stings and it hurts. But so in one breath he says it doesn't hurt. Then he says it does hurt. Then he's a boxer.
Everybody pulled to show that Jay was hurt, but he lies.
Yeah.
Right away, the first thing he does is lie and say no.
Yeah. He should have said, yeah, it does hurt. Of course it hurts. When people are, I'm used to being, everyone's in love with me.
This is why I'm here, Oprah.
Right.
I'm miserable about this.
He's on Oprah because it doesn't hurt. Then he did that same rap again about his money and how he lives off his stand-up money. I'm a stand-up.
He's still saying that?
Oh, yeah. He's still, it's that same boring fucking speech. I hate
Who
Jay.
the F cares what money he's living on? He's got more money than God. If he doesn't want to spend it, that's his stupidity. But why beat us up with it?
What is that rap? I don't even know what he's going for there.
First of all, 1 year of his television show is more money than most people make in a lifetime.
Right. No, I banked that.
But he's saying it's so volatile, if I start living on that money and get used to that money, I might get destitute.
Right.
When it goes away.
That has to piss off everyone. You know what I mean? Listening to this guy talk about how he banks his, fuck you. I don't know, man. He just came off so poorly.
I'm a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. I've got 100 clips here. I don't know how into it you want to get. It just was infuriating me sitting there watching it. I would love that he comes off poorly. I told you he's not human. But he goes into a long explanation about how really he should take the Tonight Show because Conan didn't do well. And it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And if you don't have the numbers, but why does he need?
But wouldn't it have been better for him even if he had left, gone to Fox, Conan failed.
Right.
And NBC was without a late-night franchise.
That's right. Teach him a lesson, for Christ's sakes. How many times are you going to bend over and take a shiv up your ass from this NBC? How many times are you going to be fired? How many times are you going to be humiliated? They let you go. Where's your fucking gumption in all this? And why do you want to take away Conan's Tonight Show? Why do you want to be a part of that? You said to NBC, if Conan is okay with this, I'll do 11:30 to 12. Conan wasn't okay with it, so you say, be a man and say, well, if Conan's not okay with it, I'm done. I'm going to go to another network. It's not like he wouldn't have a job. He'd probably have a better job.
But he had already become damaged goods.
Yeah.
He let them do that to him again.
Right. Keeps letting him fuck him in the ass. When we got fired from NBC, if they had called 2 weeks later and said, won't you guys come back, what would you have said?
No.
Of course.
Why would we go back there?
Right. They treated us like shit. And I had no money. I didn't have any stand-up money or any money. We didn't make a lot of money. Because you have integrity.
No stand-up money.
Yeah. Where's my stand-up money? And my separate show money and stand-up money.
Right. You're not banking. You can't bank anything.
I had zero money, a new baby.
And, well, actually one on the way. Deborah wasn't born yet.
Right.
You had one and one on the way.
Yeah. And I had $0. Zero in the bank. Nothing. And I was fired. And if they'd called me, I would have said, fuck you. Because I knew I could get work somewhere else. I mean, Jay knows he can go. So this son of a bitch will fuck anyone over just to get that Tonight Show job. He'll suck NBC's cock all day and night.
He undermined the guy who gave it to him. He undermined another guy who was a friend of his and helped support his career to get it.
He's like a maniac.
And now he's done it to Conan.
Yeah. He's insanely motivated. And Oprah said, did you call Conan? He's like, nah, it's not a good thing. Well, she goes, well, why not? Why not call him if you did nothing wrong? Yeah, it's not time. I mean, let some time pass. And then,
yeah, till that kick in the groin I gave him eases.
Yeah.
Did she ever ask him about taking the 10 o'clock show and failing so miserably?
Yeah, there's a bunch. She was good. She asked him everything.
Ruined the Tonight Show as well.
She asked him everything.
Okay.
And he assumes Conan's just going to go over to Fox and get his job. And, everything's going to be fine for Conan. And he goes back on his word. He goes, well, if Conan's okay with it, I'm okay with it. Conan's not okay with it. That's all right. Let's just fucking throw Conan out anyway.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. He's an amazing weasel. He is a weasel and a half.
You know what the thing is? If Conan was okay with it, it isn't the point. Jay was not going to step back and say, then I won't take that first half hour.
That's right. Why does Jay think it's his responsibility to now go back and save NBC? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so Conan wasn't doing well.
But he's saying the reason why did Conan get fired then? If it was under the radar that Conan was doing badly,
right. Why did he?
How did he get fired?
How come Jay got fired but got rehired and Conan didn't? If Jay had any integrity, would have gone to NBC and said, "You know what, NBC, you fuckers, you fired me twice already. It's enough.
Yeah.
I'm sick of you." Yeah,
and leave him high and dry. No 10 o'clock,
Right.
no
Right.
11:30.
Now you have Conan. Good luck to you.
You got to get rid of him. I'm going.
Right. He has no integrity. He'll bend over for any man on the planet. That's what it looks like. Jay just bends over and takes the big shiv up his ass. But that's the kind of weasel he is. You know, I've been saying it for years. It's just ridiculous that he's
there.
Keeps getting fired and humiliated by NBC. Takes it.
It's amazing that he's still there.
And he said, point blank, I'm only taking, in his own words, I'm only taking this job if it's okay with Conan. And it wasn't okay with Conan, and he took it anyway.
Took the whole thing.
Right. So he decided to stay and take it up the ass from NBC again.
Even though, you got the number one. They said, we so don't care about your number one. We want you to leave 7 months early.
I have NBC logos on all my shirts. I didn't want to change my shirt logos. He is a douchebag beyond all. I was really proud of Jimmy Kimmel giving it to him.
Yeah.
Very proud. Very, very much like that.
Well, it seems that it's what you do. NBC does it. Jay loves it.
Well, you would think when they came up with that 10 o'clock bullshit, he would have said, you know what, NBC, you've been dicking me around. I did a great job for you. I'll see you. I'm going to Fox or ABC. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That would have been the man's way to do it. You know, it's not, Jay wouldn't have been without a job. Stupid asshole.
You know what? I don't know what will happen when he goes back into late night. But, man.
But you got to pray that people will reject him.
But the show sucked at 10.
Yeah, well, it sucked at 11:30, but for some reason at 11:30 it's different.
People don't care that it sucks.
I hear you putting on quite a show for the TV guys.
Oh, jeez.
Can't you just told me you had your hands over the head and everything?
I was just enjoying
Hey, look, there you are on the monitor. I missed the whole performance. Look at you. It's cute. You should have been a go-go dancer.
Continue to work while I do all that. Right on the computer.
That's sexy. You should put that up on YouTube.
Oh, stop.
Put that on our TV. I like it.
Oh, no.
That's cute. Very uninhibited. You move very well. For a woman your age, you move very, very well.
My age.
Very fluid.
I can move.
Robin, so you got caught dancing during a commercial break.
Why don't you guys turn off the cameras during the commercial break? That's my time.
Well, that was my next question. Don't you realize after all these years that we always have a camera on you?
I know that, but I still try to have my moment. You know, I don't expect that to show up on the air just because there's a camera.
It's your time to let loose?
Yeah, I gotta, shake it out.
Is it embarrassing seeing yourself dancing on there?
Yes, it is. Which is what you love.
We love it.
Well, have fun. And maybe you've ended my dancing career.